Hello, my gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, the Pleiadian Priestess. Today's reading is, first of all, my 100th video, 100th reading on this channel. So, woohoo for that. Thank you guys for being here. Whether you've been here from the beginning or you're new, thank you for being here, for supporting me, for watching my readings, for liking, commenting, subscribing, for even sharing. Like, I get so surprised when I see that people share my readings. Like, who? With who? Like, stop. Thank you. Okay. So today's reading, of course, since we're starting it's 100th reading, kind of like a new chapter. Now our next goal will be 200 readings. We're going to be doing a reading about your next chapter, about where your life is headed or how it's expanding over the next 3 months to a year. So that's what we went over in this reading, which is why I called it your next chapter. We have 3 readings here for you guys. We have group 1 with the fairy, okay, the beautiful black fairy in the first picture for the thumbnail image. For group 2, we have the beautiful, gorgeous redhead with the Valentine-y kind of background. And then for group 3, we have I don't know what she's called, but we're gonna go with, I believe she's like, is it East Asian? I don't want to say like want to specify what she is, but I think she could be Indian. I'm not sure, but she's gorgeous. She's looking at her in the mirror, all contemplative, like all beautiful or gorgeous. Okay, so you're going to choose from one of those 3 images. This is a longer reading. Okay, so bear with me. And if you I feel like to get the most effect from the reading, please watch it all the way through. If you don't have the time, then take a break and then start over again. When you do have the time to sit down, just, watch it all the way through. But if you can't, you just watch a little bit. Thanks for watching anything at all. But yeah, without further ado, you're going to choose your reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people at your reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 1s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1, group 1, the number 1, however you got here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about how is your life expanding over the next few months / year. I don't know. I feel like I've been a very introspective, contemplative mood lately, and that doesn't really bode well for romantic readings, even though we all love them. I don't care what anybody says. We love a good love reading, okay? I feel like I've been gravitating towards that lately, but now I want to go on the more serious spectrum of things, or the serious side of things. So astrologically speaking, Jupiter just went direct, okay, because it was retrograde for a few months. Now it went direct, and I believe it's direct in Gemini. So I just wanted to use that energy to get into how is your life expanding, since Jupiter rules over expansion, rules over travel, wisdom, spirituality, growth, okay? And if you're interested in that, or you're someone who definitely wants more content on how to better yourself, and you know what I mean, become the person you're meant to be, your spiritual purpose, I kind of feel like I'm moving towards that lane. I feel like I'm going to be, I don't know how I'm going to do things moving forward, but this year I'm definitely trying to be more mindful of the readings that I put out there, because I definitely started this channel, or started becoming a reader to help people. Like I said, the cute readings are cute, but I'm also someone who wants to help people heal and elevate, because that's what I look for in a tarot reader as well. So I want to kind of mix up those readings. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. But right now it's going to be like a more self-help kind of reading. So if you're here for romance or whatever, this is not your reading today. I have many other readings like that on this channel and my other channel. I'll probably start linking that channel down below, because there's hundreds at least, readings that are just strictly love-based, So let's get into the reading. Coincidentally, or maybe not, because you don't believe in coincidences over here, there was this card that I had used last time with this deck in another reading, okay? And it came out, it was in the box for this deck. And I'm like, wait, I'm very good about separating the cards that are not supposed to be together and putting them in their respective boxes. This time, we have sudden wealth. So that could be higher wealth. Look, your wealth is expanding. Exactly. This could be how your life is expanding over the next few months or over the next year. Okay. I'm hearing something about checking your Chinese zodiac. So maybe some of you need to check your Chinese zodiac sign. I know it was just the Chinese. It was a Lunar New Year. So some of you may have not checked your zodiac sign or prediction or horoscope yet. And I do believe you should. Okay. But that's just a message for some people out there. We're going to get into it. And it's funny how I have the Dragon Path Oracle cards that I'm using in today's reading, so that could have some kind of significance, because I know dragons are very significant in Chinese New Year. Somebody here could be the year of the dragon, okay, which was 2024. 2025 was the year of the snake, and I believe more specifically the wood snake or the water snake, one of those. So how is your life expanding? At the bottom of the deck, I did see the Queen of Cups, okay? I'm hearing you're moving out of your comfort zone, because the Queen of Cups strikes me as someone who is very much, she stays in her comfort zone. She does what makes her happy. And she doesn't like to cause like uproar or like to cause confusion or drama. That's not the word I'm looking for specifically. She doesn't like to cause, we'll just stay with like uproar or dissonance or disruption. She's a kind of like, you know, quiet, mellow person in the corner, minding her business, you know, living her life to the best of her ability. And I do feel like with the Eight of Cups being at the bottom of the deck after the Queen of Cups is giving me you're moving out of your comfort zone more. The Queen of Cups are things that makes us happy, follow our intuition. Maybe you're definitely someone who's expanding upon that intuition or learning how to trust your intuition even more. Maybe seeing things clearer, because I have my glasses on, because when I work with computers, my eyes can get crazy, like they start hurting and throbbing. And I see better without them on, I feel like. So I just took them off, and now my eyes like just brightened in the room. So there could be something here about that, you seeing things more clearly or more brightly. And it's because it's kind of like, you know, the feeling of you've been in your comfort zone for so long that when you finally start doing things that are exciting, you get that rush. That's the vibe that I'm getting for you guys over the next few months. Now let's get some actual cards to back this up. So maybe some of you guys are going to the casino, or you're being, look at that excitement, what I said. Exactly. Ace of Wands. Maybe some of you are going to the casino, you're going to be winning, like maybe not the lottery, but you may win a lot of money. And I am hearing that once you win, do not try anymore. Take the money and go, okay? Because there are people who love gambling so much they would gamble whatever little money or what good chunk of money they got, hoping to get more. It's being greedy. Maybe being complacent where you are could be something that's coming through, or being complacent when you win something. So maybe some people are gamblers or you like to gamble and be like very, like I said, causing uproar. Maybe you are someone who's maybe becoming more of a Queen of Cups and following your intuition and not doing things that kind of like stir the pot. That could be how your life is expanding over the next few months or a year or two a year. Okay. But yeah, this card here is giving like you're at the casino and you're rolling the machines and hoping that something's going to come of it. And look, we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So it's something, it's kind of like a disruption, or I'm hearing a something surprise. I don't know what word is trying to come through. A welcome surprise is what I'm hearing, okay? Maybe some of you are quitting smoking is what I'm hearing as well. If that's something you've been aspiring to do, you're going to be quitting smoking. Okay, what card is this? We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there's something here about you no longer living life in the safe lane. You are moving into the fast lane where things are exciting. So your life is picking up steam when it comes to creativity and adventures and going out of your comfort zone. Your life is picking up in that area, okay? Whether it's you're someone who was a Queen of Cups and now you're moving into a more Queen of Wands energy, you're someone who's a Queen of Wands moving into a more Queen of Cups energy, you're definitely going to be, I'm hearing settling. You're going to be resting. I'm hearing your heartbeat's going to be at a resting heart rate, but things are still going to be exciting. So it's kind of like a tingle, you know, like when you chew peppermint gum and you drink water afterwards. No matter how warm the water is, it kind of cools it. So it's kind of like ice is coming over your life, a chill for some of you, but it's like an exciting chill, you know? It's like I'm hearing there's a chill in the air, you know? And I'm getting it in like a good way, you know? If that makes sense, let's get more cards. How is your life expanding over the next few months to a year? Please, Spirit, my group ones. How is your life expanding? I'm hearing you're no longer stunting your growth. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. It's definitely giving perseverance. And look at how we have two windows, one going from night to day. That could be what your life is going from, you know, sadness, you know, murky waters, a lot of introspection to more excitement. Because when the sun comes up, we're, you know, excited for a brand new day. When the moon's out, we're definitely more chill, more mellow, more somber. You know, things are very more quiet. So I'm hearing things are definitely picking up in your life, okay? but with the whole chill, winter could be important. And for those of you who live on the other side of the world, because right now I'm in America, okay, and winter is going to be coming to a close soon. For other parts of the world, winter is going to be picking up. So for some of you, wherever you're watching, if winter's coming up, things are like picking up. Even though winter is when things kind of like when nature goes to rest, or when nature's at rest, I do feel like for you guys, things are going to be picking up. You know, maybe you're being more busy, you're doing more excited things, especially if you live in the other, I'm trying to figure out what hemisphere it is. I think we're in the northern hemisphere, so in the southern hemisphere, winter is coming soon, and that means Christmas and all those holidays, I believe, right? Like, I think so. Like I say in most of my readings, when geography comes up, that was not my strong suit, nor is it my strong suit. I don't know if it'll ever be my strong suit, but yeah, I think so when it's winter, wherever there's winter, we celebrate Christmas. You'll be celebrating Christmas over there, even though it's not the same month of the year. It's very confusing to me. Okay. So are people in December in other parts of the world, when it's not winter there, but it's December, are they celebrating Christmas even though it's hot? I think they are, but yeah, I'm confused. But there's something here about things picking up and being more exciting, the way things get around Christmas time, where there's like an excitement in the air, okay? And I'm hearing there's a funk in the air. There's a something in the air, the funk of 40,000 years. That is a portion of Thriller by Michael Jackson. So yeah, thrill. The thrills are coming to your life, you know? I'm hearing Cheap Thrills by, what? I was about to call her SZA. That's crazy. By Sia. Okay, so SZA could be important here for some of you. Maybe some of you are going to a SZA concert. You're going to be going to see her on tour with Kendrick. But there's something here about Sia, Cheap Thrills. No, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. I love cheap thrills, okay? So you're learning how to budget your money and still have a good time. Because some people think having a good time has to do with having all the money in the world, but it's not. There are ways to have fun without money. We have Six of Pentacles, and it kind of slid upright. So we have donations. Interesting. Somebody could be donating to you or your cause, or there could be something new that you are like embarking on, a new journey you're embarking on. And I'm hearing you're not going slow. You're jumping straight in. You're not taking your time and like being very tentative about it. You're jumping straight in, okay? And that can lead to people jumping straight in with you when it comes to investors or people who believe in your mission or what you're doing. And they're going to be people who are donating to your cause, if that makes sense, okay? So essentially, because you're not giving up, you did not give up on something that is close to your heart. Child, I can't, sorry. Maybe people are going to be messaging you. Guys, I apologize. I just got a message from this dude that I've been like, we've been talking, and it's just talking. And he's just the weirdest person ever. He's an Aquarius, and it's just like, every freaking, I don't know, like every message he sends, just like the weirdest thing. I don't know how to read this person, but it's just the funniest thing. Getting his messages is funny. But anyway, there could be something here about you dealing with an Aquarius and you being confused by their messages, because he says, he's very much into astrology, I feel like, and he's just like, Aquariuses are known to like be very confusing when it comes to texting them. So, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe, because my sister's an Aquarius, we don't text a lot, you know, because there's like a big age gap, so we kind of just talk whenever we can, and like, we don't talk for long periods of time. So that's the only Aquarius I know that I would talk to, and her texting is like very regular. It could be because I know her, but this guy is like the weirdest thing. I'm sorry. I'm like going off topic. But there's something here about because you didn't give up, because you kept going, you persevered, you through the night or dark night of the soul, you're finally gonna see the light come over the horizon. The sun is coming up, okay? When the sun comes up, I promise I won't. There's something here about the sun comes up. That's a song called Run Like the River by Meghan Trainor. And it's like, but it's like when the rain falls down, I promise I won't run like the river. But there's a song like Sun Comes Up by like Rudimental and James Arthur, I believe it is. And there's something here about that coming through that song. So maybe go listen to it. It's not coming through right now, but it could be important to this message, okay? And how your next few months are going to go. The sun is going to be coming up, essentially. And it's going to, maybe you're giving away a bunch of things. Maybe you're moving. But there's something here about an exciting new beginning coming through in your life. And I think it has to do with work or home or a passion project, you know? I'm hearing redecorating, revamping your house could also be something that's coming through. And that's how your life is expanding over the next few months. You're going to be very much... or I'm hearing maybe some of you have kids and your kids are grown now and all their baby stuff are going to be getting rid of them, you know? Because some of us are hoarders. And that could be a thing coming through for some of you. So you're going to be cleansing out a lot of, maybe, it doesn't even have to be like actual physical things. It could be emotions, you know? It could be all the things that you were reviewing in a retrograde, because that's essentially what planets in retrograde mean. We're going back and reviewing things that pertain to that planet that is retrograde. So I'm saying Venus, Lord, Venus is going in retrograde in the next month or so. So that's something to be aware of as well. But Jupiter is about expansion and wisdom and growth. So there could be something here about your growth was stunted. And now that it's back in, you know, now that it's direct, we can say, now things are going to be picking up again in your life. You know, things are going to be going and moving fast, okay? He's texting me again. I'm screaming. I'm leaving. He's going to be blocked. Yeah, okay. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yes, when Jupiter was direct and it was in Gemini, which it is now, whatever planet Jupiter is in is where your life's going to expand the most. So, for example, if it's in the first house, your personality and your looks, you may change your looks. Like I said, give away old clothes and start dressing new. If it's in the second house, you're doing a total revamp. You're going to be, I'm hearing, budgeting more, saving more money, or your finances are going to grow. If it's in the third house, there's something here about new connections, new friends, maybe spending more time with your siblings. So it depends where Jupiter is in your house. If it's in the fourth house, there could be, like I said, home renovations. You're moving somewhere, you know what I mean? Or getting rid of a lot of things in your house, decluttering, you know? That's what spring cleaning could be coming, because spring is coming up after the winter, spring cleaning, okay? And that's when things really start picking up in our lives, when it comes to people who believe in the new year starting when the zodiac wheel like revamps at Aries. There are people who believe the first of the year or the beginning of the year is the January, when we're still in the thick of winter. And there's some people who believe the new year starts when the lunar new year comes. And then there's other people who believe that the beginning of the year doesn't truly start until the first day of spring, when the zodiac wheel restarts, okay, resets, I should say. But depending upon where Jupiter is, what I'm basically trying to say is where Gemini could be in your chart, or where Jupiter is in your chart, things going to be moving very fast. I'm saying that because my sister has a Gemini moon, and her Gemini moon pertains to where she lives. And I was watching a reader, her name, I mentioned her a lot. Her name is 0 Degrees Taurus, Ivy Underwood on TikTok, okay? She's more of a traditional astrologer. She was going through how Jupiter would affect the signs, or how would Jupiter affect you if you were, or how can I explain it? Jupiter was in Gemini, and depending on where Gemini is in your chart, that's what's going to be happening in your life. So she has a Gemini moon, and moon has to do with your living environment or your living space or something like that. And my sister has a Gemini moon. She ended up moving out during that Gemini or Jupiter transit, you know? So there's something here about that. I hope I explained it properly. So wherever Jupiter is transiting in your chart, whether it be in your Gemini moon, okay, because her moon is in Gemini. I can't talk today, it's crazy. Or if your Gemini is in, like I said, for the first house, in instance, you're going to be doing a revamp to your personality. You know what I mean? So depending on where Jupiter is in your chart, okay? So for me, Jupiter is in my third house. So it has to do with making new connections, you know, branching out. I'm hearing public speaking. That could be something that's affecting your life during this next few months. You're going to be putting yourself out there more when it comes to networking and things like that, of that nature. Or going out on the town kind of energy. Socializing is the vibe that I get from third house. And that's what is going to be coming into your life and how your life will be expanding. So basically where Jupiter is, or where Gemini is, that's where your life's going to be expanding for this group in particular, I feel like, okay? So let's see what's coming through. Some of you could be moving, and like I said, I think I did mention that already. You're going to be packing up things, giving them away, letting go of your childhood. I'm hearing doodads. Interesting. What is coming for my group ones, please? You could be meeting an Aquarius. Who knows? Let's see what comes through. I'm gonna get one more card for how is their life expanding over the next few months to a year. Ooh, okay, 3 cards then. We have 6 of Cups. Okay, so getting to know yourself again, healing your inner child. Getting to know, doing things that your inner child loves that you never got to do for some of you. Some of you have already been doing this is what I'm hearing, but others of you are going to start doing this, which is why you could be getting back into childish things, you know. I'm hearing the verse from the Bible where it's like when we become adults, we put away childish things. Nah, we're getting back into those childish things, okay? With the 6 of Cups, but it's also giving me family and home life. So there could be something here about you healing that and being more comfortable at home, you know? 6 of Cups also represents people coming back from the past, so you could be going over your past connections, and it could just be you reviewing them on your own, realizing what you've learned so far, or from those relationships. You know, nobody's saying you're getting back with an ex. I'm not getting that vibe at all. I'm getting you could be finally releasing or reviewing and then releasing an ex or a past situation that is no longer doing you any good or justice. And that is you putting away childish things for some of you. For others of you, you're getting into childish things. This is what I'm hearing, okay? Not saying you're going to be childish, but you're healing your inner child in a way by doing things that they love to do that you weren't able to do back then, if that makes sense, okay? So yeah, there's something here about maybe going to the beach, okay? Maybe some of you are living vicariously through your children. Maybe when you were younger, this man, anywho, we have the tooth fairy energy coming through. So maybe you're living vicariously through your kids. Maybe you never got money from the tooth fairy, but you're healing your inner child by giving your child money from the tooth fairy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Catching fireflies in the summer, those things that make our childhood memorable. I swear I haven't done a reading in a few days and I just get lost, okay? We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So there's something here about you becoming more mature is what I'm getting over the next few months. The Knights are people who think last and act first. They're very action-based. So I do feel like you're going to be thinking first and acting after, if that makes sense. You're going to be thinking through your decisions. So a lot of you are maturing over the next few months to a year, okay? And then we have one more card. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. I do think this is the energy of opening up yourself, asking yourself important questions, maybe talking to someone or getting to know someone deeper. It doesn't have to be on it doesn't have to be on a romantic level. It could be on a platonic level. You're making new friends. That 3rd house energy, you're branching out and getting to know more people in your community, in your local community as well. That's what 3rd house means. So some of you could be moving locally or getting out there and being a part of your community, you know? And the 4 of Pentacles is someone who's holding on tight to things. You're letting things go, which kind of brings you back to the whole hoarding situation. I do feel like for some of you, if you do let go of a lot of things in your life, you may find sudden wealth or more abundance, because I can't tell y'all how many times I've been watching readings, picking cards, stuff on Instagram, and they're like, clean out your space. And I'm like, yeah, shut the door. And I get rid of things just to buy things again and buy new things. I'm like, that's me clearing out things. If you want new things, you got to get rid of old things. That's my philosophy. But the thing could be getting rid of a lot of things and maybe going minimalistic. For some of you, could be what you're doing over the next few months. Or others of you are realizing that you should have been listening to that tarot reader years ago and cleaning out your space, and you're going to see a sudden wealth come in. Because when you have too many things and when your life is cluttered and your space is cluttered, there is no space to bring anything new into your life. Whether that's romance, money, whether it's a new place you're manifesting, there's no space in your life to bring in anything new if you have so much already. So there could be something here about you letting go of a lot of things in your life, whether it's emotional baggage or physical things or childhood trauma, okay? For those of you who are trying to heal childhood trauma, I do highly recommend Roman Zanoni on TikTok, on YouTube. I'm sure he's probably on Instagram as well. He has been helping people. I have been literally watching his lives on TikTok, and he's changing lives, okay? And it's just like, for someone who was starting from the beginning and has no idea how to heal, and you can't really afford therapy, he gives you very practical solutions to heal that childhood trauma within you by first realizing or identifying what's wrong. And he's one of the courses I'm taking on, 𝐓𝐿 University. And he has just, I learned so much. It's really been helping me and people in my life, or me, analyze people in my life and myself much better and heal. So I highly recommend Roman Zanoni, okay? I will try to link him in the description box, but if I don't, Roman Zanoni on TikTok and YouTube. I think YouTube will be more helpful, he says, for people who are trying to find effective solutions for their traumas, things they can't get over or let go of, okay? So that's a lot of how your life is expanding over the next few months to a year. You're definitely going to be healing. And when I think of the sixes in the tarot, I do think of healing. So we have the Six of Cups and then the Six of Pentacles coming out back to back. So there's something here about you like becoming less impulsive and becoming more intuitive, but it's not stopping you from going after anything or making your life more boring. It's making your life more full, more exciting, more happy, because okay, how can I explain it? So like when you make a rash decision, you have anxiety because you don't know how it's going to turn out. When you make a mindful decision, you're more excited about how things will turn out because you put a lot of thought into it, and you feel more at peace going into the situation than you would if you didn't really think it through, is the best way I can explain it, So now let me get into these cards here. This is the Mystical Journey Oracle. How is my group one's life expanding over the next few months? How is your life expanding over the next few months? One more shuffle through. How is your life expanding over the next few months? Okay. I could shuffle forever, I'll tell you. Okay. We have growth. Exactly. And look at how she's holding in her hand a little bud, and the bud is growing into something big. So there's something that's growing in your life, which is why I felt the need to mention Jupiter and that expansion. I do think it is important for you guys because it's going to be different for everyone. Okay, this is a general reading. Please go and find where Jupiter is in your chart, or where Gemini is in your chart, I feel like. Okay? Because Jupiter is in Gemini. So wherever Gemini is in your chart is going to be, there's going to be growth there. And wherever Jupiter is in your chart is going to be growth there. I feel the need to say both. So just find out where Jupiter is and where Gemini is, and you're going to see growth there, okay? Because like I said, my sister has a Gemini moon, and like Ivy said, moon has to do with your location, where you live. And she ended up moving during that transit. And I'm just like, I sent her, I'm like, girl, people say astrology ain't real. Sure, anyway, I'm done. I get too excited over astrology stuff. Okay, but anyway, yes, growth. So you're going to be growing, and I do think you're going to be maturing a lot. Learning how to deal with things or stressful situations better is the vibe that I'm getting as well. And here we have resistance. I'm hearing the pièce de résistance. The resistance. And for whatever reason, I'm hearing the revolution will not be televised. That is also another piece we were told to hear. Okay, so like I said, I'm doing 𝐓𝐿 University on TikTok. So I'm enrolled in for Intro to African American Studies. And with, what's her name? Crap, I forget her name. Dr. Barlow, okay? And one of the things, or our first piece of homework from the class, was to read over I Will Not Vote by, I forget that man's name. And The Revolution, listen to The Revolution Will Not Be Televised by Gil something Scott. I'm so bad with names. Gil Heron Scott or something like that. And that's what I'm hearing, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. There's something here about maybe you going in a hermit mode, maybe. Because the basis behind the song, what I got when I listened to it, my interpretation is he's saying that, how can I explain it? I'm so bad at explaining things. Like, it makes sense in my head, but then when I talk about it, it's like, huh, what are you saying? Basically, the whole basis of the song is him saying that you have to get up and get out there and kind of like unify, and there's an eyes word coming through. Something eyes with people in your community and make that change that needs to be made, because it's not going to be shown on television. The things that really need to be spoken about, and the things that people who are out there fighting, it's not televised. You're not going to find it on social media. You're not going to find it on the TV, but there's change out there, people who are fighting for change. And if you want to be a part of that, you cannot wait for the TV or social media to tell you to do. You have to go out there and find people in your community, which is why that third house energy was coming through, you know? It's kind of like, no, with people in your community, something eyesing. It's an eyes word. But unify is a good way to explain whatever word is trying to come through. You're unifying, you are... what is the word? It's so annoying. You know what I mean, though. It's like you're coming together with people and helping change move forward, that growth happen. So you could be finding your soul family. For others of you, like I said, I do think some of you have been going through a dark night of the soul, as we call it, and the sun is finally going to be coming over the horizon, peeking over the horizon, as people say, and you're going to be feeling that shift in the air, okay? And it's funny how the first card out was this dark card, and the second card out was this brighter, happier card. And this scenery is kind of getting beach, which did come through in the Six of Cups. So maybe beaches will be important. I do know that the ocean's good for cleansing. So maybe some of you could be like going to the ocean and cleansing all your worries and woes, okay? We have the eternal self, you're learning, and I'm hearing connecting with your eternal self. Interesting. I'm hearing your higher self as well. There's something here about okay, so maybe some of you are not going to be connecting with human beings. You're going to be connecting with other beings, if that makes sense. I just keep thinking of how maybe for example, the Pleiadians, they're not of Earth, but they're also another race or being. You know, we have the Andromedons, we have the Draconians. There could be something here about you expanding your knowledge on those things and you going off base or off Earth or whatever, if that makes sense, to elevate yourself. Maybe there's like something here about, I don't want to say aliens, okay, but that's what I'm getting, okay, because they are technically aliens, they're not of Earth, okay. But there's something here about that coming through, because this is not giving me human, but it's giving me human-esque, you know what I mean? It's kind of giving me, like, how can I explain it? Y'all remember Karen from SpongeBob, how she was the wife of Plankton and she knew everything, and he would ask her all the good important questions he had and she would reply, and she was not a human, but she was intelligent. You know, artificial intelligence is coming through in a way. So an intelligent race or alien is going to be, I hope I'm not sounding crazy. I know people who are watching tarot readings already kind of have like one foot in the door, okay? Especially if you're watching a Pleiadian priestess reading, okay? But anyway, there's something here about that coming through. You are going to be communicating with life and other, you know, astral projecting or just having dreams, or something about that is coming through. I feel like the eternal self is you like detaching from your body and your mind is wandering, but your body's still going to be here, if that makes sense, you know? And I'm also getting a scene from, you know, those movies where they kind of like plug something into you and they how can you say it? They connect you to like a database and you're just like, mind is there, mind is elsewhere, body is still there. It's kind of odd that I'm getting. That's the best way I can explain it. I hope I'm not sounding crazy. I know I'm not. But that's what I'm getting for you guys. Now we have new beginnings. Let me cover her up because she has her chest out. There's something here about new beginnings coming through, and that's sudden wealth, that Ace of Wands. So that's how your life's expanding. And look at how this is giving. Yeah, you guys are going to be, I'm hearing primordial spirits or life forms. And I think primordial is like first, or the first, how can I explain? See, this is stuff that I'm not well versed in, but it's coming through. So I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my abilities. I do believe a primordial spirit is like those people who were here before everyone else, you know? How people say that there were aliens or higher life forms or beings that were here first with humans that taught them everything that they knew and then left. So, for example, they came and built the pyramids and then left all that wisdom that the Egyptians seem to always know or have, and then they left. And now they're elsewhere. They left Earth, essentially. And that's what these two are giving me together. Because look at how she's giving human but not. She's giving human but not. And then this is also giving me how people say angels actually look. You know? With millions of eyes, millions of wings. They're kind of like they're bigger than Earth itself kind of energy. You're connecting with primordial beings is what I'm getting, okay? So for some of you who are into that and are trying to do that, that's what's coming through for y'all. I hope that makes sense, okay? And how they're coming from the sky, and we have all these eyes, and we have this tail, and it's like it's giving not of Earth, if that makes sense. It's that they're coming down from Earth to tell you something, if you can see it properly. But new beginnings, yeah, your new, I'm hearing correspondence or communication. A very okay message at the end of here with this eternal self. I do believe, like I said, once that becomes stronger, because I do think, and it was with this deck that I learned it, the Dragon Path Oracle, where I learned there's many dimensions, okay? And we are in like the third dimension, I believe it is, because we're 3D, and then we have the fifth dimension, which is the 5D, which is spirit, which is what people connect to who are like into spirituality. And there's people who can connect to 12th dimensions and higher and things like that. I'm not really sure how many there are, I forget, but there's something here about you like connecting to higher realms. That's the vibe that I'm getting with you guys, okay? So you're connecting to angels, you're connecting to aliens. I'm hearing dragons, I'm hearing fairies, I'm hearing unicorns. There's something here about you connecting with people that are, like I said, primordial, that came before humans, that were here already. They're energy life forms, but they're still here, but they're not, you can't see them, if that makes sense. I hope I don't sound crazy to y'all. This is why I refrain from doing readings like this. I'm just like, I don't know what everything that's out there. I don't want to be saying stuff. You're just like, huh? But that's the vibe that I'm getting here. Maybe there's something here about reconnecting with the energy. Because, you know, when we're kids, we're more susceptible to that kind of energy. You're susceptible because our guards are lowered. And the more we get older, the more jaded we get, the more unbelieving we get, and the more we close ourselves off. But just that Four of Pentacles energy that came through. Exactly. The Four of Pentacles energy where we become more like scorned and disbelieving of things that are out there. When we're kids, we believe in the fairies and the unicorns and the aliens and the freaking angels and the gods. We believe in those kind of things because we're more like innocent. We're, how can I explain it? We are recently chalked off, or okay, this is so annoying. So when we're babies, okay, we are just fresh from being with the creator, if you will. We're still in that vibe, which is why people say that babies have to learn to speak the language of Earth, which is the language we have here, and their language like different, because when we come here, we don't know how to speak English or Spanish or whatever earthly languages are on Earth. But the more we adapt, the less we know, you know? So people say, oh, my baby learned how to talk. Yes, I brought this up in another reading on my other channel. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. People say, what if babies learning how to talk is them learning, like them finally like adapting to life on Earth, and them forgetting every single thing that came before? Because there has to be a before. Babies are born, yes, they grow in their mother, but where do the souls come from? Where's all that? All that doesn't happen in the... See, this is why they say women are magical, because that's literally what I'm trying to say. There was like a person who was like, what if babies learning English, we celebrate them finally saying their first word and walking, but it's literally them becoming less connected from spirit, you know? If that kind of makes sense. But that's what I'm trying to say, essentially. You guys are getting back to that childlike wonder and belief in anything. Like anything is out there, anything is real, anything is possible. Vibes is what I'm getting from y'all, okay? So let's get some more cards from this. That's how you're expanding. You're learning how to believe in miracles and angels and aliens again. You're the child in you is reblossoming. The child that's like more sensitive to certain things. And I'm hearing those babies, what do they call them? those babies that be speaking and talking and things like that. And it's just like very, I forgot what they were called, but it was like a trend on TikTok a few months ago where there was this baby at a hotel, and it was like very aware, you know, too aware for a baby, you know. That's coming through for y'all. I don't know. Let's see what came through for these cards here. I feel like I'm not making any sense. Let me go back to love readings. Let me stop. I'm going out of my comfort zone here. I'm learning with you guys. Here we have the healer. Okay, so this is what you are becoming for yourself, and you could be becoming this for others as well. Which is, like I said, like the Roman Zanoni person guy. He is teaching me how to heal myself and others through his courses. So the healer, or the person who heals themselves, can then become a healer to others. And I think that's what you're kind of stepping into over the next few months to a year, okay? The next card we have here is magic and manifestation, okay? And that is tying into these new beginnings here. And I do believe there's something here. I'm hearing blockages are going to be released. Or I'm hearing vanquished, okay? Things that were holding you back, things you didn't believe in, that old manifestation isn't real, magic isn't real. You're kind of jumping back into those things. Like I said, that childlike wonder, believing anything is possible, you know, believing in magic, that kind of energy. So you're kind of reclaiming your childlike air, for you guys, over the next few months. And tapping into magic and manifestation. And I do believe it's like, for example, I was talking about decluttering your home. It could be you decluttering your mind. It could be you decluttering your, what is people's favorite word? What is a word? Conditioning. That's the word. Where we're conditioned to act a certain way, believe in a certain amount of things, or believe that this is not possible, believe that this is possible kind of energy. We're stuck like in a hive mindset is the energy that I like to, you know, describe it as. And that's what I do think this magical manifestation is. This decluttering that you're doing could be your house, or it could be the things that you have been taught or conditioned to believe. And you're going back to that old childlike, you know, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but that's what I keep getting. And because you're doing that and you're unconditioning yourself, now you're going to be able to tap into the magic that's out there, because you no longer have those blockages saying this is never going to be real or this is never going to happen, okay? Hope that makes sense, y'all. I know here we have balance. I do believe there is a sense of being into reality, but also like being a little, I don't want to say unhinged. I don't want to say unhinged. Like being a little detached. There's a perfect balance of being attached and detached from what's going on in the world, you know, because I think there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of light, a lot of dark, and it's easy to become overwhelmed and get discouraged. And I do believe you're getting that courage back over the next few months with the balance card. You're going to be balancing living in reality, being a realist, but also being an optimist. That Jupiter energy, that Sagittarius energy. And the last card we have is Illuminaire. Oh, this is one of the dragons that have a human counterpart. I got to read from the books for this for y'all. I got to. Illuminaire. I'm hearing Illuminaire from Beauty and the Beast. I kept the book out for this exact reason. I don't think I've ever gotten this card, so I definitely have to read from the book. What does it say? Illuminaire is, where is it? There it is. A Grand Master Dragon. And it's on page 111. Okay. Coincidence, I think not. So, Illuminaire. Only truth has integrity and can stand the test of time. If you have picked Illuminaire today, hear his message. I illuminate what can't be seen, that which is hidden within you. Your truth needs to be seen and shared. You cannot hide behind your masks forever. Your shields of false protection don't serve you. Only truth has integrity and can stand the test of time. Illuminaire is the first dragon I met who holds angelic as well as dragon energy. Look at that. In this case, from Archangel Uriel. Illuminaire appears when we are not listening and have been resisting what needs uncovering and changing within our lives. This is usually of a spiritual or personal nature, okay? Rest assured you are now ready to deal with whatever has been lurking in the depths of your being. Whether this is a spiritual awakening or deep personal healing, it's ready to be activated. The rest of his message is this: spiritual warriors of Earth, collectively we can change the world, although humankind is not yet ready for us in all our might. You and others like you are preparing the way. Anchoring the light into the planet, are you ready to continue your amazing journey of empowerment? Illuminaire invites you to see the truth in all situations. He says, do not fear this illumination. Truth is a liberating and powerful ally. Your fears lie with courage, with change. Ooh, look how I said courage, that's crazy. Your fears lie with change, but open your heart and welcome it to your core, allowing the light to guide you forward, okay? So for example, what I was getting from this energy here, like I said, it's giving human, but also angel, but also otherworldly. I think this is you becoming this kind of energy. Finally, I'm hearing integrating the different parts of yourself instead of blocking them or believing they weren't real or true. It's kind of like ignoring the problem until it goes away, but it didn't go away. And you have to face it, decluttering your mind, your beliefs, conditioning, essentially. And that's what I'm getting. This could be you becoming more of an angelic being, or your mind, at least, connecting with angelic realms is what I'm getting as well. So I do think there's an energy here for some of you being closed off, of being a little too, I'm hearing, what is the word? It's there, but it doesn't want to come all the way through. Jaded, you don't believe in the things, that kind of energy, and you're finally breaking through those barriers that were holding you back is the vibe that I'm getting. You're reaching your eternal self, because this person gives human-esque, right, but not fully human. You're finding that balance between the realist in you, the human in you, and the otherworldly part of you is the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. And that is how your life's expanding over the next few months. I want to say the next few years. This could be a longer process than only a few months. But I do believe to get to know and really connect with these higher energies and the higher realms, it takes a long time and a lot of studying. But I love you guys got a dragon that comes with a human counterpart. And like they said, Illuminaire is the first dragon I met who holds angelic as well as dragon energy. Okay, so Archangel Uriel could be important as well. But you are meant to be a spiritual warrior of Earth. And it's funny how I think I was mentioning something about that. In some way it came up. Where because you become healed, you're gonna be able to help heal other people as well. I think that's what I was trying to get to say earlier. But something at your core is changing, okay? You're gonna become more balanced, okay? That's the vibe that I'm getting. And I love how you have two pillars here. We have one pillar here, one pillar here. It represents balance. Then we have the actual card of balance, which is yin and yang. We have this energy here, then we have this energy here. There's something here about you find that balance within yourself. Maybe find that balance between magic and manifestation, But you guys got very good cards, I do want to say. I do feel like reading magic and manifestation. They do represent two different dragons, though. So that's why I said you do two different parts of you are going to integrate together. Now, magic and manifestation. Let me read from them. There's 63. I want to read from all of these, but do I have time to? 63. We are here to help turn your dreams into reality, change your world, and support you. These two dragons are the only pair on one card in the deck. Originally, they were separate, but as I began to connect with them more deeply, I realized that they were a beautiful pair of two equal parts. See, equal parts, balance, magic, and manifestation. These unusual dragons are powerful allies to have and are among the most influential and magical of the dragons yet to come to Earth. If they have shown themselves to you, their message is this: we have danced into your consciousness to reassure you that the worst is now behind you. Your journey has been a long and arduous one at times. Now look to the future and embrace what is to come. They carry the limitless energy of magic and manifestation and warn. Be short and clear in your intentions when invoking our presence, for we are the alchemists. Is what you are asking for what you truly desire? Will it serve and benefit your higher purpose? Call upon us when you want things to swoop into your life. We are here to help turn your dreams into reality. change your world, and support you as you undertake your journey. Look deep inside and ask what it is you really want. Once you are clear about your choices, we will assist you in achieving them. These dragons will dive to your aid when you need any kind of practical support. If you need help on a specific aspect of your physical existence here on Earth, you can call upon their dynamism, to help you manifest it. These dual dragons are known as the miracle makers. And I think that's the energy that I would say you guys are coming out of a dark night of the soul and like evolving. It's kind of like when you go through a breakup and you're just so in the trenches that you want that person back. You want to know what went wrong. You're just always sad, trying to make sense of what happened. And then when you're able to kind of remove yourself from it, and once you're healed, you're realizing, hey, this happened for a reason. We weren't going to work out in the long run. I'm glad it actually happened. And you realize the lesson from the breakup or the relationship in general. I think that's what's coming through for you guys. You're coming out of a dark night of the soul and you're reaching the point of understanding why it happened and elevating, moving up one level or one dimension, whatever you want to call it, okay? But you're definitely tapping into a higher level of consciousness is what I'm getting, or that's how your life's expanding over the next few months. You're going to be understanding things. You're going to be, I'm hearing light codes as well. I'm hearing somatic healing. I'm hearing you psychoanalyzing yourself. That's all the vibes that are coming through here. And I think that's all that I'm getting for you guys. Honestly, I don't want to keep ranting and just not making sense. I hope it makes sense. Okay, so as I was packing away the cards from your reading, I was thinking about how I was speaking about how I'm talking to an Aquarius person, and when he sends messages, I don't understand what he's saying. And it's kind of like it's still like very intriguing conversation, but it's hard for me to understand what they're saying. It's kind of like that could be, if that could make sense or connect to the reading, as I was saying, because you could be connecting with other beings who don't speak the same language as you, and it requires some interpreting, or it requires interpretation. It requires you putting in the work to actually understand what is being told to you and what this person is saying. So this person could be, you are meeting someone over the next few I want to keep saying years, the next few months to a year. And it could be, like I said, if it is these primordial beings or angels or dragons or whatever they are, you're gonna have to learn how to speak their language, the way I'm trying to learn how to speak this person's language, okay? I just got that little hit. And I was also talking about how you may have known how to speak the language when you were born as children, because we're not born speaking English. We have to learn the language of Earth and the customs of Earth when we were first born. But the thing about it is we don't remember where we came from, though, to know if, anyway, I'm done. But yeah, that could be coming through. Something here about a language barrier, you having to learn how to speak a new language that you're being introduced to through these primordial or higher beings, okay? Now I'm done. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. My group ones, my group twos. Oh my gosh. Welcome, my gorgeous group twos, to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2 or the number 2, however you got here, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is going to be more on the serious side, but it's not that serious either, It's going to be more on the spiritual side, I guess you can say. I want to know, or I want to get into, how is your life expanding over the next few months to a year. So we're going to get into the energy of that. I am already getting a message, okay? Because I can kind of see myself in the camera, but I really can't because I have my privacy screen on. So there can be something here about you protecting your privacy and therefore your life becoming more serene. Because at first I was going to say, in the camera, all I can see is like here down. So I can see my bracelets, and these are the Serenity Pack from Otter Spirit. And so your life could be becoming more serene. But then as I was speaking about the privacy screen, there's something here about your life becoming more serene because you're becoming more private, okay? So you see how the message came full circle? Sometimes all you have to do is talk and the messages come through, I swear. And I'm also hearing sometimes you have to let the people in your life talk and you be quiet, and they tell you everything you need to know about the situation. So some of you are having miscommunications, or you're unsure about something, or you want to get into someone's head. All you have to do is maybe make them uncomfortable, be quiet, and everything will come spilling out eventually. That's the thing about getting people to tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. Most people anyway, are uncomfortable with silence. So once you're not speaking to them, or you're with them in the same room and you're being overly quiet, they're going to speak more to kind of, fill the silence. And then everything you need to know will come spilling out. So don't try to be sneaky, just be silent is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing real G's moving silence like lasagna. So there is something here about you being more private, more silent, more to yourself. You're speaking less and listening more is what I'm hearing. So over the next few months, you're going to be talking less and listening more, okay? And I'm hearing that line from Hamilton, talk less, smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. That is the main message coming through for you guys, okay? So we're going to get, like I said, it's going to be a little bit more serious and more, how can I say it? I don't know, because love messages and love readings are cute and everything, and so are how do people feel about you, that kind of stuff. But I want to get more into the helping, more into the higher vibrational readings, I call them, okay? Because that's literally why I become a tarot reader, to help people figure out what's coming next, how to navigate their life, So let's get into that reading right now, or get into that message right now. I have a few decks I want to pull from. So let's get right into it. Now, before I even get into that, oh Lord, we have, now if anyone's interested in getting bracelets, to set a certain intention, I did get these from Otter Spirit. They came in the Serenity pack. They're very good quality. They're amazing. And I have been feeling a lot of peace and removedness, if that makes sense. Being removed from certain things. If I see chaos going around me, I'm removed from it. And that is definitely something I wanted my 2025 to be about. Leave me alone and keep your drama to yourself. It's literally what I want this year to be about for me, the next few months to a year. So that could be a big thing for you as well. If you have a link in my bio, if you guys want to get 20% off your order, okay? I'm an affiliate, I guess you could say. But anyway, this card, I found it in the box that this deck was in. And I'm usually very good and very cognizant about making sure all the decks are separated and in their respective boxes. This time, I don't know, this card just popped out. I was like, what the heck? And we have sudden wealth. So I'm using it for all three. All three groups. Because even when I was taking these cards out of the box again for your reading, this just flew out. And I forgot that it was in there for a second. So there's something here about sudden wealth out of nowhere kind of energy, 777 could also be important because we have 777 on the card, and this is the 11th card. So there could be something here about July 11th or November 7th, okay? That's what's coming through for you guys. And Roman numeral 7, drop it like it's hot. Like that has been, like this morning when I woke up, for whatever reason, I was having the worst stomach pain, and that line just kept playing in my head to the point where I had to look up Roman numeral 7 and figure out if there are any spiritual messages connected to that phrase, because I was just hearing Roman numeral 7, and that's also like a big part of Kendrick's song Luther with SZA. Roman numeral 7, drop it like it's hot. And what I did find out was that 7 is of course a holy number, which we all know already, but it's also associated with Athena, the goddess Athena, and the goddess Minerva, and they're all about war, strategy, and there's something about big major cities. So there could be something here about you traveling to a major city, being in a major city, or a major city having a big impact on your life. Maybe you go visit one and you meet your soulmate, you meet new friends, you start a business somewhere, that kind of energy. I'm also hearing online business. So maybe if you're able to change where you're from, how do you do it? I know there's like certain VPNs that allows you to change your country and stuff like that. So maybe you're literally changing countries or moving from maybe small town to a big city over the next few months to a year. Just take it as it resonates. But that's coming through. But sudden wealth is definitely coming through. So maybe some of you are finally going to be moving out of some place and moving to a major city. But Roman numeral 7 had a lot of different meanings, so maybe look up some for you. But the one that I remember the most is Goddess Athena and Goddess Minerva. So those goddess or deities can be reaching out to you, and you're going to be working with them over the next few months, okay? For group 1, we had an interesting message about other worldly beings, them being in contact with those. And I did call you guys group number 1, so maybe some messages are in group number 1 for you, okay? Or some of you are coming over from group number 1 to group number 2. Welcome, okay? We have the Page of Pentacles here. You're definitely starting something new. You're embarking on a new journey, okay? And that was definitely a message in group 1. I want to get these messages out semi-quickly because group 1s went kind of long in a way I wasn't expecting, okay? The Beach is coming through for you guys. We have a Rainbow, so happiness. We have Temperance in reverse. Interesting. Temperance in reverse. What will the next, how will their life be expanding over the next few months to a year? Please, my group 2s. Okay. Roman numeral 7, drop it like it's hot. We have Queen of Cups in reverse. Oh my. With Temperance in reverse, that gives me the same energy, the same vibe, for whatever reason. Then we have the High Priestess. Interesting. I do believe the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess give me the same vibes as well, but why is one coming out upright and one isn't? Maybe you're becoming more serious about your spiritual practice. I do believe the Queen of Cups is a lesser form of the High Priestess. She's still an amateur, so maybe you're putting away your amateur ways and becoming a true master at this spiritual thing, okay? That's what I just heard, this spiritual thing. And we have the Chariot card, which is you're going full force ahead, full steam ahead towards something, okay? So you're tumbling, and we have 7. Wow. And we were talking about 7s. Yes. God built the world in 7 days and 7 nights, but on the 7th day, he took time to rest. Maybe you guys are resting. And then we have the 8 of Swords, which is a very interesting energy. Maybe you're going to be overcoming some victim mentalities that you have placed on yourself. I'm hearing over the last few years. Maybe there's something you're scared to admit, something you're scared to succumb to, something you're scared to uncover. I'm hearing shadow work. So maybe there's something in your life that you keep. So you could be healing, of course. You're healing. You're doing all of the things that need to be done. But there's one thing you keep running from that you don't want to confront yet. And that's what the High Priestess doesn't mean. While her and the Queen of Cups have a similar energy, the Queen of Cups is like a more serene, I want to say innocent, in her head, oblivious kind of energy in this instance, to the High Priestess's hidden in the dark energy. So it's giving dark feminine. The Queen of Cups still gives bubbly, still approachable. I do feel like you are definitely approaching your dark feminine. And it's funny because I was talking about Minerva and Athena, and they are the deities of war, of battle strategy. So there's something here about you becoming more, like I said, private about your things. You're moving in silence like lasagna. I love how the messages are coming through. They're kind of coming together really well. The 8 of Swords is definitely an energy of being the victim. Now you're kind of getting out of that victim mentality. Even though it is coming out upright, I'm getting the energy of you coming out. You're cutting through the BS. The things that were holding you back are now going to be like, you're finally ready to face them. You know, face your demons, if you will. So far we have 3 major arcana cards out of the 6 cards that came through here for you guys. So at the bottom of the deck we have Death. Yeah, you're definitely going through a death. Maybe Hecate can be coming through for some of you as well. She's the goddess of witches. She's the goddess of dark feminine energy, dark magic. Maybe Lilith is coming through for some of you guys as well. You guys are going to be entering your dark feminine energy. Queen of Cups doesn't give dark feminine. High Priestess dang sure does. So you are intuitive in both senses of Queen of Cups and High Priestess. But in the High Priestess, she's darker. She's in the shadow. She's not telling anybody what she's doing. She's operating in the dark, with only her intuition to guide her kind of energy. She's moving between all the worlds. So you could be definitely someone who is delving more into death. Maybe you're going on, how can I explain it? Maybe you're going on like quests and journeys in your sleep to different realms of darkness. And it all ties into how maybe you've been rejecting that part of you, or you have been trying to be this cookie cutter, clean person, Queen of Cups, who is also very intuitive when you're supposed to be the High Priestess, you know? There's something here about that coming through. So maybe you've been trying to be the cutesy side of spirituality for too long. They're telling you, nah, B, it's time for you to get into that dark feminine energy and for people to be scared of you. Yeah, okay? So we're going to keep that turned over like that. In the death card, we also have somebody being born, okay? So there's something here about you being born. It's giving, Hecate is coming through very strongly because we have the mother, the maiden, and the crone, okay? So in this instance, we have the baby, and then we have the mother, then we have the older maiden, then we have the crone, which is giving me this kind of scary figure here. Death is usually a deathly figure coming and trying to take a few kids and an adult, and the adult begging for their life. Here, it's giving you are embracing all the kind of, I'm hearing symbiotes, interesting. You're embracing all the cycles of life, okay? So maybe you're aging gracefully. You're no longer dyeing your hair. You're no longer trying to be younger, look younger, preserve your youth. Maybe you're fully embodying that crone energy, because that is what the high priestess is more than anything else. I do feel like the Queen of Cups gives me the energy of the mother, because she literally is the mother, Cancer energy, but you're kind of growing into your crone energy over the next few months, okay? I'm hearing becoming fearless, no longer caring what people have to say. Like I said, you were trying to be the cookie cutter acceptable spiritual, the mainstream spiritual, when you're supposed to be that dark bruja, you know what I mean, casting spells in your little hut in the forest kind of vibes. And that's what you need to be getting into over the next few months, okay? And the Chariot is moving full steam ahead, and I love how we have black and white coming through as well. So there's something here about you being both black and white, realize that you can embody both light and dark energy, you don't always have to be either or to be liked or be accepted is what I'm getting. Because in the High Priestess, we have the dark pillar and the light pillar, and then in the Chariot card, we have the light skate and the dark skate. So there's something here about light and dark duality, which was also coming through in group 1 as well. So if you feel called to group 1, then you can go and watch that group as well. Okay, now you have a lot of cards coming through in this deck particularly. Here we have authenticity, and that's literally what I've been speaking about. You are being your authentic self. You are coming into your own is what I'm hearing, You're going from the baby to the mother to the crone, the one who knows all. So like I said, you are aging gracefully for all those of you who may be older, or you're finally realizing that, because you know how I'm getting the reference to how when people are getting pregnant these days, our generation, like 20s, late 20s, early 30s, people are like, I still feel like I'm a teenager, and if I were to get pregnant, I would be a teenager pregnant. That's literally the vibe that's coming through. Even though you're in your late 20s, you still feel like I'm on the inside like a freaking teenager. Like if you were to get pregnant or get married, teenage pregnancy, it's a teenage marriage. You're still young and inexperienced, but you have, no matter how, late 20s, you've been through some things. Don't tell me you haven't. I don't want to hear it. You've been through some things when you're in your late 20s. You've experienced a good amount of life. You haven't experienced everything life has to offer, but you have enough wisdom to be considered a crone, okay? So age is not the thing here. It's an energy is what I'm hearing, okay? So that's what's coming through. You're trying to embody that natural crone energy that's within you. Being authentic, okay? And the Eight of Swords is also an energy of not seeing things clearly, okay? So there's something here about you're gonna be finally seeing things clearly when it comes to who you are as a person. So a lot of work is gonna be going into yourself over the next few months to a year, okay? Here we have new beginnings, which came through in group. Let me cover titties. I'm sorry. Yeah, a lot of new beginnings, which is that Page of Pentacles coming through here, but it could be when it comes to work. Maybe some of you are making money off of your spiritual essence is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Or you are getting bigger into manifestation because you finally believe in yourself. You learned enough. You've been in this spiritual game enough to know how to navigate things. Like I said, the students become the teacher. Is the vibe that I'm getting, but because it is something new that you're experiencing and embarking on, you still feel like a page. Okay, so new beginnings, and this, like I said, when it did come through in group 1, it was giving me someone who's like part human, part angel, part otherworldly, part God, part something. It's not giving full human because the top of her head, from her neck up, is giving angel, and how angels are described by having multiple eyes, multiple wings, that kind of energy. But her body is definitely human. So it could be you're going to be contacting more angels or getting in contact with more angel or the angelic realms or goddess realms kind of energy. You are now getting a seat at the table is what I'm hearing, okay? So that's how your life is changing. Here we have trust. So this is definitely giving me your trusting yourself, okay? Something here about trusting what you see. Your third eye is going to be definitely expanding. Ooh, I'm scary. Guys, I'm scary. Like, I swear, wow, this is like bringing back a dream that I had the other day where I feel like someone was trying to show me something or telling me it was time to elevate and start seeing things and like unblocking my third eye for real, where I'm going to start seeing things for what it actually is. In that dream, I was like, nope. In that dream, I was like, no, sir. Okay, I want to still be oblivious. I want to stay this Queen of Cups. I don't want to be the High Priestess where I'm traveling in different realms and seeing people for who they are. No, J. Per, I'm scared. Okay, that can be something that's happening for you guys, and you don't want to, or you don't. You're scared. You may want to, but you're scared to communicate with these upper higher realms because it's like, huh? You've been where? With who? Like, I'm scared. You know what I mean? I don't want to see certain things. It's giving me like those, like there's like those holographic images that was going around on the spiritual community for a little bit on TikTok where people are like, this is how people look in real life, regular. And then when they kind of move the image, they were like ghostly and demony. It's like people are hiding that and you're going to be able to start seeing their true form. I'm scared. I'm scared for y'all. Like, I am the biggest scaredy cat. Like, I have always been like attracted to obviously the occult because I'm here, but the more darker scary parts of it, I'm like, no sir, leave me out of it. But you can't stay that way for long. You have to kind of have the courage. So that can be what you're doing. You don't want to see what people truly are. You don't want to be able to have the gift of sight and discernment, okay? And that's something you're destined to do because we have her here. And once again, her eyes, there's wings attached to it. And when we think of feathery wings, we think of angels, okay? And then we have her eyes down here. We have her regular human eyes and we have cat feline eyes. And cat feline eyes are able to see things in the dark. So it's kind of like the darker elements and darker things in life you're going to be able to be more in tune with and be able to see. That's what's coming, okay? That's the High Priestess energy where she's seeing it and she's not scared, okay? Because look at how these two energies compare to each other. We have someone who's giving bad B, and we have someone who's giving nice and homely and sweet. You're supposed to be this High Priestess, which is why she's in upright. This is in reverse. You know, the tarot, the reading the water. You don't need that. That's amateur type stuff. You're getting into that channeling energy where you just know stuff now. You know? Whew. Where you don't even need the cards, child. You could just get messages and communicate with spirit and your angels, your guides, and otherworldly beings like that. And you don't need the cards to interpret the messages. You're just getting them downloads, you know? So that's something that's coming through for you guys, okay? Here we have connection. So I'm hearing, can I get a connection? Can I get a connection? So you're connecting these two parts of yourself. Maybe you're connecting the Queen of Cups to the High Priestess. Or you're going to be definitely getting into some connections over the next few months. And I do think it's like-minded individual, which is why you're being called to elevate. Because like attracts like. You want these high vibrational soulmates, you need to be high vibrational yourself, okay? And that's what I kind of feel like you're getting. You're finally reaching that phase or that level where you're going to be able to be, you know, I'm hearing body to body. Oh my gosh. That song by Chris Brown and Ace Hood. Baby, you don't have to try to read my mind because you know I want to get it in. So those high vibrational soulmates you've been wanting to call in, you're definitely going to be calling them in. And it's like you have to be on the same level to call them in. So you're going to have to get to that level is the vibe that's coming through for you guys, okay? Now, we have Divine Gateway, and that's absolutely what I've been saying the whole time. You're definitely going to be opening up some gateways, opening up different forms of communication. You're definitely going to be tapping more into your High Priestess, where it's like that discernment, that gift of sight, the channeling, the claircognizance, the clairvoyance. You're not going to need material things. That's amateur. You're going to be using just your body as the vessel, is what I'm hearing, okay? You're going to be opening up that divine gateway within yourself. I'm hearing your solar plexus and your third eye. So there's something here about that coming through. And you know how when in those movies that we used to watch when we were younger, or me anyway, let me not speak for everyone, where I'm hearing it was Avatar: The Last Airbender is a good example of that. What I'm trying to reference here is when Aang was trying to disconnect Fire Lord Ozai from his powers. I believe he hit him in the solar plexus chakra and his spirit form flew out of him. You know? So it's kind of like that is where your energy is. Your energy center, solar plexus, and then your spiritual center is your third eye chakra. So those are the two chakras you're going to be tapping into most this over the next few months to a year, okay? And there's something here about you opening up a divine gateway where Aang was able to travel to the spirit world, you know what I mean? And it's something about him growing up in the monk culture and just having that innately in him. He didn't have to learn it. It was always within him. He was the only avatar that was able to like travel so freely through the spirit world. That was his most powerful gift, I would say. His spirit energy. Because when he was in the spirit world, Aang was scary. Okay? And that's what you're meant to be. Someone who is, I'm hearing formidable. Okay, a formidable foe. People don't want to mess with you. Queen of Cups, people will mess with her. People would poke her because they know she's too nice to say anything. The High Priest, you're not messing with her. You know, like I said, she's giving that witch in the shack in the woods, and people are scared to pull up on her. People do come to her for guidance and stuff, but they're not gonna do they're not gonna try her in any kind of way. That's what's coming through. You're unlocking that divine gateway within yourself, trusting yourself, believing in yourself, your powers. And then we have inner child coming through. Interesting. You guys could also be healing your inner child. That could be like a side that's just coming through. Stop playing in my face. What's wrong with you? Sure. Yeah, something here about inner child healing. I think that's that Page of Pentacles where you're finally seeing the magic in the world again. That's what I was speaking about also in group 1. So like I said, I do think the messages are kind of tying or coming over from that group. Stop playing in my face. And as soon as I said that, I saw 2244. That's what's coming through. But look, this is all about like a very colorful world. Like, okay, I am told, or I believe that when you are a child, you're more sensitive to energies and spirits and unlocking different universes. That's why I feel like our imagination is not really our imagination. When we're kids, you really are tapping into those different realms because we're still young and we haven't been conditioned to believe magic isn't real and other worlds aren't real and the multiverse and and the astral realm doesn't exist, and you know what I mean? And we have to relearn those things when we get older because we're conditioned in this society to believe that those things aren't real, or we're crazy, or we're woo-woo, or we're just like delusional kind of energy. When we're kids, we're able to believe in whatever we want, and parents and society aren't telling us, get it together, get into reality, you know what I mean? They're not telling us those things because we're kids and we're able to believe anything is true, and we believe those worlds and those imaginary friends that we had when we were younger were just that, imaginary and just in our mind. But what if it isn't? I feel like our children, when we're kids, we're able to pick up on those energies easier and not doubt those energies. When we're talking to a ghost, Casper the Friendly Ghost, or someone who's not so friendly, we're not scared. We're open. You know what I mean? We're curious. When we're older, we're scared now. Like, oh, like me. I'm like, no, I don't want to see those things. I want to stay like this. I want to stay little. You know what I mean? I don't want to be big and be this crone that knows all these things. Then it's just like, that's a lot of responsibilities. You know what I mean? So you could be picking up a lot of responsibilities even though you are tapping more into your inner child. You know, kids don't really have responsibilities, you know? That's the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. You're tapping into that colorful, boundless world we used to be able to see and imagine. Okay? Now, I do want to get some cards from this deck here. Okay, you can relax. I swear I could never have a reading without these damn sirens going off. It's so annoying. Like, I don't hear the sirens this much when I'm at home. It's just in this area. It's, I'm like, why people always need help? Why people always need help? Like, dang. Interrupting my reading, and you would go the whole day without anything. I'm working, it's quiet. As soon as I'm ready to do a reading, that's when those noises come on. I'm like, shut up. Here we have crystal. So things are going to be crystal clear. I do want to read from all the dragons, so I don't want to get too much. How many are these? One more to make it even. Can I get one more dragon, please? How's your life expanding over the next few months to a year? Please, Spirit of my good twos. Thank you. I said just one. You think I'm playing with you? Sure. Piss me off. We have crystal. We have harmony. I'm hearing ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Is that jungle fever? I don't know. I don't know. That could be something coming through here. Maybe some of you are going to have some jungle fever, going to be dating out of your comfort zone, dating out of your race, I guess. That's what it would mean, ebony and ivory. But I was also getting that black and white energy in the Chariot and the High Priestess, okay? So dwelling in both the dark and the light and not being scared of the dark. I'm hearing, are you afraid of the dark? I know I am. Or I used to be. I'm not really that much scared anymore, which is like a revelation to me. Here we have Eclipses. Eclipses. And what I do know about him is they're going to speak about Apollo and medicine when I do read from this dragon. I remember that much about him. And he represents the sign of like medicine and stuff like that. Okay? So that's going to come through. So there's something here about you healing. And the High Priestess can represent the energy. And, you know, of making the poultices, making the concoctions, making the potions, stuff like that. That could be something you're going to be learning more about. Here we have freedom. Freedom, freedom, oh, freedom, freedom. And then we have Hern. Or Hirne, I don't know. She always gives me deer energy. She's just so cute. Hi. Like, I don't use these cards enough. This is like my first Oracle deck ever. When I was first starting to learn how to read cards, my first Oracle deck ever. And I don't use them enough, I don't think. Let me get the books out, because the books explain them better than me, okay? I think the words are straightforward. We have her, and I do believe she's about Mother Earth, Mother Gaia kind of energy. Freedom is, of course, freedom. I'm hearing, like, racing, adrenaline, stuff like that. And I'm hearing adrenaline racing through my veins. There could be something here about love coming through for some of you, because we have new beginnings, and we have connection, and then we have freedom, and I'm hearing Nervous by John Legend. You know, adrenaline rushing through my veins. Da-na-na. Na, 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 na. I still get nervous. Na, 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 na. Makes me feel like the 4th of July. I could fall for you forever, I'm certain. Cause I still get nervous. That song's coming through. Let's start off with Crystal, because she came out first. But this will be coming crystal clear for you. She's 96. Hopefully I'm not late for work after this. I have to work after work. How ghetto, right? I don't think I'm gonna be late. Okay, let me guide you in flowing with the rhythm of your life. This beautiful and peaceful dragon's main role as a galactic dragon is to support all indigo and crystal children. So you may resonate as being an indigo or a crystal child. Who have special abilities and unusual abilities and traits. Adults and those on autistic spectrum. Hold on, I didn't read that right. This beautiful and peaceful dragon's main role as the galactic dragon is to support all indigo and crystal children. And they said, for example, crystal children, they have special and unusual abilities and traits. Adults and those on the autistic spectrum, that's what she's here for. She is in fact named after the crystal children. She fully understands the complexities that can accompany these children and adults, so is here to support them and their families as much as possible. She urges us to explore their richness of talent in whatever area works for them. For example, this could be numbers, sport, art, music, or pottery, or anything that allows the mind to unleash and creativity to flow, childlike energy, okay? She understands that the classroom with its, and it's funny how I was talking about children a lot with the inner child, and we have indigo and crystal children or adults who have special abilities. And we're on the autistic spectrum, okay? Now back to what I was saying, I'm sorry. She urges us, nope, I read that already. She understands that the classroom, with its restraints and rules of quiet and concentration, often does not work for these naturally inquisitive artistic souls, okay? If Crystal has swooped into your cards today, she encourages you to add color, vibrancy, or shape to your life. And that's literally what this card is doing right now. And it says inner child. Like, what are you saying? You're bringing back the color in your life, okay? The wonder. Okay. In ways you are drawn to. She asks, have you become too rigid in your thinking, expectations, or outlook on life? Let me guide you in flowing with the rhythm of life and loosen any feelings of tension from your body. Allow your mind to daydream. Let it explore new possibilities. I was talking about daydreaming, you know, imagination. Let it explore new possibilities, find creative pursuits, and free your soul. Our lives rarely flow along a straight route. They are always full of twists and turns. She goes on to say, learn to follow the ebb and flow of the tide of your existence here on earth. Struggle and resistance do not serve you. They simply frustrate and vex you. I love that word, vex. Don't vex me now, okay? She asks us, why do we do a job we hate or stay with a partner we can't communicate with if it makes us unhappy? Be true to yourself, be authentic in your life, and allow yourself to let go of all that doesn't bring warmth to your very being. Crystal encourages us to follow our dreams, live our joy, and be open to new possibilities. And what card did we also get? New beginnings, okay? Now, let's go on to the next dragon. Harmony, 49. I mean, she's pretty straightforward, but hey, we'll read a little bit about her. Tomorrow is a new dawn, and being in our heart center ripples out with positive effect. Harmony is the first shy dragon I met. She was peeking out at me from behind a huge curtain when she first appeared to me. She's a quiet and considered being, and is a lot less brash than some of the other dragons I have encountered. I asked her about her qualities, and she replied, I am the bringer of harmony. Not her shy. She's so cute. Look at that. She's a little, not her shy. I love that. Okay, I'm done. I asked her about her abilities, and she replied, I am the bringer of harmony, restorative on an interpersonal level and an outer global level. If you are wrestling with a problem that you aren't able to solve, ask her to bring beautiful, harmonious influences to the situation and guide you in any steps you may need to take. If she has appeared to you today, she asks, what area of life needs reviewing? What do you need to let go of? Is it judgments or old habits? What is it in your life that needs reharmonizing? I will assist you in taking those first steps, supporting you as you go. Take some time to sit and contemplate your life as it is and look honestly at what you may require changing. It may be something quite small, just a little tweak, or it could be a life-changing event. She goes on to say, the answers you seek all lie within you, so sit quietly, ground yourself, be present, and reflect. Your inner knowing, under my guidance, will help bring answers to the surface for you. She reminds us, tomorrow is a new dawn, and beginning in our heart center ripples out with positive effect. She will often appear when there has been discord or upset. This can be personal or on a global scale. I do believe that has happened recently, okay? As of the inauguration day, but anywho. She is the harbinger of change, and her role is to bring harmony to the world. Thank you, Harmony. Now we're going to go to 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐴𝑠, which is 122. It's 540, Jesus Christ. What did I say, 122? 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐴𝑠, it is your journey and yours alone. 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐴𝑠 was the ancient Greek god of medicine, the son of Apollo. Upon meeting him for the first time, his opening words were, your modern image of the caduceus is incorrect. He was a healer of great repute in Greek mythology, and this dragon in particular reminds us that inside us too reside great healers, you guys, okay? His particular affinity lies with practitioners who use healing plants, herbalism, and homeopathy, and essential oil and flower essences. Add to this his rather shamanic energy and his affinity with snakes, and he is a powerful ally. So some of you are shamans. That's what I was talking about, going on spiritual quests and stuff, okay? 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐴𝑠 is the dragon of the healer and the shaman. His wisdom is boundless. What was I saying about Crone? If he has flown into your reading today, know that you have his abundant knowledge at your side. Continuing with his practical help for your physical life, he asks if you need the support of a professional with knowledge of healing plants, or if it's time for you to undertake training in one of the areas mentioned above, or indeed shamanism. Look at that. Alongside his ability to support these workings with plant energies, he is a powerful ally when we are ready for the next phase of our transformational journey of life. His presence in the card today reminds you that together you can create the immense combination of transmutation and transformation. Deep within you, that's that death card coming through. Deep within you know you can and will succeed. He had this to say, you are on the cusp of transformation, death. So allow me to guide you forward along the winding road. Remember, hold on to what you know to be true, for it is your journey and yours alone. Life never stands still. It is forever changing and evolving. Together we can transmute that which binds you, accepting that your journey on earth is about life, death, and rebirth as you transform and grow personally and spiritually. Okay, now freedom is pretty straightforward. I do want to go on to read Hearn, because because I'm running out of time. Gotta go right now. Gotta go. Hearn, where's she at? Oh, she's a guardian dragon. We love that. 138. Okay. It is time to reevaluate, to slow down your fast-paced life. The earth dragon Hearn is connected to nature and everything within the natural world. The rocks, the earth, the trees and plants, the animals and the birds. He advises us that we would do well to remember that we too are a part of the seasons, the earth's rotation, and of Mother Earth herself. He reminds us that everything is cyclical and draws our attention to how out of sync we are now with the earth's natural rhythm. Even our internal body clocks are out of kilter. We couldn't imagine life without our smartphones, being connected to the internet, social media, and 24/7 TV. But all of these things act as distractions, 8 of Swords, I would say, which stop us from delving into ourselves, finding our own internal patterns, reconnecting with ourselves, and in turn with the natural rhythm of our planet. Hearn says, you celebrate May Day, Halloween, Christmas, and other festivals, yet you forget the real essence of what they truly signify. They are a celebration of the turning of the seasons, of the earth's bounty, and you are out of step with these things. It is time to reevaluate, to slow down your fast-paced life, for you are constantly spinning on your axis rather than interweaving with the earth's beautiful tapestry. Make time to look at the trees, watch the waves, listen to the bees. That's that beach energy that was coming through here. Make time to look at the trees, watch the waves, listen to the bees. Your body and mind require time to replenish and reboot, to use a popular human word. He also emphasizes that nothing lasts forever. Things such as human love and life, he says, wax and wane like the moon. They are forever changing. They follow the natural cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth. Coming through again. Okay, now let's read for freedom, and then I'll leave, because I gotta go for real. Freedom is where? Freedom? Where are you? 71. Let's get into it. Freedom. Let go and trust the process of life and the universe. Freedom frequently appears when we have been kidding ourselves about a particular situation or scenario we find ourselves in. 8 of Swords, right? You may be feeling overwhelmed with responsibility or trapped by circumstance. Or maybe it's simply a feeling of disquiet and anxiety. She says, open your heart and you will see the inner truth of any situation. Don't be afraid of the truth, for it can be as liberating as it is healing. Change is the single constant in your world, and you have learned to fear that change. Let it go, for it is your gilded cage, Give yourself wings and come fly with me. You can only be truly free once you release your strong need for control. She continues, be brave, follow your inner guidance. Only you can set yourself free. Let go and trust the process of life and the universe. Take time out. Free some time for you to dance, play music, get back to that yoga practice, listen to water, catch sheep. This is more about being out in nature. That's important as well. Go on adventures, build forts, stuff like that in nature. Build sandcastles, Okay, catch the wind in your hair. Seek out a place and quiet solitude in nature. Sit quietly and simply be. So we have nature coming through again. So there's something definitely here about that coming through for you guys, nature. And being a part of nature once again. That's what you're going to be doing over the next few months to a year. Reconnecting with that side of you, okay? And this dragon right here always gives me the blue eyes white dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! So that could be important as well. There was something here about Seto Kaiba being just like so obsessed with that dragon and having to have all the cards from that for that dragon. So that could be something here about obsession, working tirelessly, being disconnected from the world, being cold, standoffish. He only cared about his brother. He didn't really care about anybody else. Maybe you're learning how to reconnect to the overall collective and care about people again. That's what connection means, exactly. Look at how this be talking and it be coming through. You're learning how to connect with others again. You become too closed off with the 8 of Swords, scared of being hurt, or scared of someone hurting you, scared of falling in love, scared of building deeper connections. There's something here about that coming through. And over the next few months to a year, you're going to be definitely getting more into those feelings, those energies. Maybe by going out and connecting with Mother Earth, you're going to be healing yourself and becoming more open, releasing those blockages towards love, or I hope so, because everyone deserves to feel some kind of love, guys. Stop playing. But yeah, I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 3, option 3, however you got here, welcome. Today we're going to be getting into how is your life expanding in the next few months to a year. So if you're coming from another group, then you can see there's a change in scenery because I'm at home now, okay? But I tried to put on the same garb that I was wearing yesterday, so it wouldn't be that obvious. So today we're going to be getting into how is life expanding. This reading is going to be more, not as quirky and fun as they usually are. I'm trying to get into like a more serious, helpful tune on this channel. So let's see how this goes. So I think in year 1, I mentioned that Jupiter is now direct in Gemini once again because it was in retrograde for like a few months. So that could be a big thing about this expansion that's going to be going on in your life. You should check where Gemini is in your chart, and that is where your life could be expanding, or where Jupiter is in your chart, and so both, okay? There's also a card that has been, this got lost in this box. I don't know how it got in here because I'm very meticulous about separating all the decks after a reading and putting it back. So obviously this one snuck in there or got in here for a reason, and it's to tell you guys that sudden wealth could be coming. This has been a part of all 3 groups because this card, even though I knew it was in there, I still keep getting surprised by it. So there's something here about just like something coming in, you're not expecting it. So this could be someone watching all 3 groups. So the sudden wealth is following you into all 3 groups, or that's coming for everybody. This Jupiter being direct again is bringing more money and wealth, okay? I'm hearing stability into our lives, okay? So somebody here could have some Saturn influences. So maybe you have Saturn and Jupiter in the same house in your chart, or you have Gemini in the same. So for example, you have Saturn in Gemini and you have Jupiter in Gemini, okay? For example, so you have Gemini in both Saturn and Jupiter, or you have Jupiter and Saturn in the same houses, okay? With the same influences. So that could be coming through Saturn, which is all about hard life lessons, but it's also about stability. It's also about karma. It's also about maturing, growing up. Somebody could be going through their Saturn return in the next few months. That's something that's coming through in your reading. That's how your life is expanding. Saturn returns are all about, I feel like it's like a coming home to yourself moment where you feel like, okay, I'm actually getting this together. I know there seems like a really bad thing because lots of intense changes are happening, but I feel like those intense changes are helping you become even more one with yourself, if you will, So that could be coming through for you guys. A Saturn return, Jupiter is expanding whatever house it is in your chart, or whichever house is in your chart, or wherever Jupiter is. Oh my gosh, wherever Gemini is. I can't talk today. And then we also have Saturn returns, okay? So just keep that in mind. Let's get into it. At the bottom of the deck, we have 6 of Cups, which is all about caring, connections. It's also about nostalgia. It's also about childhood memories. It's also what I'm getting as well, or childhood friendships, okay? Inner child has been coming through for all 3 groups, so we could be continuing our inner child journey. Really? We have the fathers. Okay, it's going to be the full one. Mm-hmm. 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 Period. He keeps reading that last ever. It pissed me off. It's forever and ever. Amen. Not forever. Amen. Anyway, I'm done. So that's the Lord's Prayer coming through in your reading. So that could have something to do with it. Maybe you guys are getting more into spirituality or religion, expanding your knowledge or getting closer to God, if you will. That could be something that's going through. Some of you could be like, either tilting more towards religion or more towards spirituality. It just depends where you come from, okay? But anywho, Now I'm looking outside. There could be something about you going outside more. Because he's just looking outside. I opened the window a little bit, so maybe you're opening up, broadening your horizons. I'm also getting a distinct like travel, like an inner journey you're going on, okay? So you're opening up the window, letting in some nice air. Maybe life has been feeling a little too still. You've been in the house too much. You've been in hermit mode, and you're going to be going outside more, you know? Because now that I have the window open, the wind is blowing, and it's nice cool air because it's winter outside, you know? So like, you know, you're letting out the stale air and bringing in the new fresh air. So a lot of new experiences. That's been coming through in all three readings as well. New experiences, fresh air, a cleansing, clearing out, which came through it kind of in group 2. Let's see what comes through for you guys. Six of Cups, like I said, represents like past energy, nostalgia, inner child energy. It's also the card of soulmates for a lot of readers. So that could be something that's coming through. But let us get some cards. I feel good that I don't have to rush for your reading. Because usually when I'm filming at work, I'm like, I only have this much time on my break. I have to go. You know, that kind of thing. But here I'm like, I have time. Not that I'm going to, you know, spend forever here. We never know. But I have time to get through everything that I want to get through. So we have 4 of Pentacles in reverse here. This came through in group 2. So some of you could be coming from group 2 or you felt called to group 2. 4 of Pentacles upright is an energy of holding too tightly to things, being very stingy. It's like I'm hearing holding grudges. Interesting. Holding on to anger, holding on to tension, holding on to things that no longer serve you. And it's like scarcity mindset because you believe nothing new is coming in. So in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, we have a man sitting on his chest, which is full of gold, I'm assuming. And he has a pentacle in his hand that he's holding like, I can't let this go because I may never get paid again. Or I may never get this experience again. You're holding on too tightly to things, you know. That's that tension that's building up. That's that anxiety that's building up. I do believe over the next few months to a year, you're going to be letting go of that anxiety you may have towards money, you know. Scarcity mindset, if you will. So it's like, I'm never going to get paid again. I have to hold on to this money so I may never get it back. That kind of energy. No, you're going to have money in abundance, or you're going to learn how to budget, or I'm hearing profit. So maybe if you have been in a business, you're going to learn how to make some profit from a business. I'm hearing a new business. Okay. Because specifically there's a dance company that I work for, and we have been going through a transition where we're moving owners. So the previous owner, you know, left, and now we have new owners, and they're trying to, you know, bring everyone together and, you know, work with me and my friend who works in sales, and then work with instructors in the dance company to make it more profitable than it was before. Because that was the reason why the last owner left, because it wasn't making enough profit for her liking, and she didn't have enough time to, you know, give to making it work. So she gave it over. Now we have 2 new owners, co-owners, and now they're trying all these different tactics to make class worth coming to kind of build a profit. So that if they were to be watching this reading, it would be that the business is going to be getting more profits, you know, meaning the hard work they were putting in is going to be getting some results, essentially, you know, successful. So no longer just holding on to, it's like, no, I can't spend money. I'm hearing the quote, you have to spend money to make money. Okay, so for example, if you wanted to become a tarot reader on YouTube, we're going to use a framework that I know that I can actually give some feedback on. If you want to be a reader and start a channel on tarot reading on YouTube, you would have to have cards, and cards cost money unless you were ready to have bought the cards, but that still costs money, right? Then you're going to need an extra phone or a camera or a setup or something to entice people to stay at your reading, you know, decorate it, you know, give it an aesthetic. The more decks you have, the more variety there is, the more people may want to come, you know, or the more diverse topics. You can't just stick to one topic, or you may have to get some lights, a ring light or something. You may have to get a microphone if you live in a noisy area, or you need, you know, something to entice them to come in. You need like a, what do they call it? A hook, you know, and that's the lights, the quality, stuff like that. So if that's not giving in the reading, it may cause people to leave. So you're going to become more serious about your work, or more serious about making money or making profits, what I'm hearing as well. So you're going to realize that holding on to money is not going to make you money. So you have to start, you know, thinking of other things, okay? So yesterday during class, we danced to Love on the Brain, Rihanna. I was also working, but I was dancing as well. And the new owners, she brought things, and I love things. Like, I have an obsession with buying stuff, okay? If y'all don't already know, I feel like I've talked about it before. They bought like candles, and they bought like new lights because they're having a glow party later on in the month, and they're just buying things, and I love that. So I'm just like, yes, yes, buy things. Like, it just excites me. I don't know why. But there's something about them. They're investing in the business, and I'm like, I love you guys are buying things, because one of the other co-owners is going out and like laminating things and making things look more official, and coming up with their own ideas. And I'm just like, I love this. It's giving a creative hub where we're all giving our ideas and bouncing off each other in that way. But I'm like, they brought candles, new lights, and I'm just like, yes, yes. That's just me though. But they're spending money to make the business more, yes, come in. You don't want to miss this. You want to be a part of it. That's the kind of energy you're bringing to something. So you're either like rebranding or buying more things to add to what you already have, okay? That was a long explanation for one card. What else is coming through? We have Judgment. I'm hearing a revolution. You're changing tactics is what I'm hearing. Judgment is also a rebirth, and it also represents following your inner calling. So what you've always wanted to do. So for some of you, you could have been holding back from something with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. You've been holding back from something because you're not sure how it's going to work out. And it's reminding me of the quote that I posted on the community tab 2 days ago, where it's like, if it keeps calling, then you're supposed to answer, or it's your calling. So if you keep having an idea, I'm seeing 1111 as well, which is that rebirth awakening kind of energy. So if you keep being called to something, or something keeps crossing your mind, for example, I want to start a YouTube channel, that keeps crossing your mind and crossing your mind and crossing your mind, and you're like, no, that's not for me. Oh, I don't know how it would even start. I can't do it. But it keeps crossing your mind. There's a reason why the thought was placed there. Follow the niggle is what I'm hearing. Follow the niggle. That's a card in the I think I haven't used that deck in forever. Wow. I have to make a reading, so I have to use that deck. It's the Starseeds Oracle, or it's another star something oracle that I have. Wow. I forgot that I had these cards. That's what happens when you have too many cards. Yes, yes, yes. But it's follow the niggle. So you're following that nudge in a certain direction. So the reason why the thought keeps coming up, or the idea keeps coming up, or the job, or the course, or the school, or the something subject, is because you're meant to follow it. And if you're not following it, it's going to keep coming up until you just have to follow it. So when you get recurring thoughts, there's a reason why, and you should be following it. And that could be something you're going to be doing as well. There's an inner calling that your soul's being pulled in a certain direction. I'm hearing to a certain place. You may be feeling called to travel to a certain place, or this place keeps showing up on social media, or it keeps showing up in the most random of places. So for example, you feel called to go to Greece for whatever reason, and a trip to Greece shows up on Instagram or shows up on TikTok, and you're like, no, I don't really have the money right now, or no, I don't know if I should go, or you're scared of traveling by yourself. That could be a big thing as well. And then a friend just brings it up, or a stranger, you're on the street and someone brings up the topic of, what, I've always wanted to go to Greece, and you're like, what are the odds that this will come up after I've been thinking about it so many times? And you're gonna be like, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Not proof. That's not enough evidence. Okay, and then you're like, nope, I'm not supposed to go. It's fine. But it keeps coming up, and it keeps coming up, and you see it on a billboard the next time, or you see it on like or passing on a bus or something. For like an advertisement, and you're just like, okay, it keeps popping up, so I'm supposed to go. It's essentially what that's coming through as, okay? So it's kind of like following the inner call is what the Judgment card is, and it's funny how he's holding a trumpet. And I think trumpets are meant to like bring attention to certain things. So I'm hearing that that you hear at like military camps or something, where it's like everybody wakes up. That's what that trumpet is representing here in this reading. So you're awakening to something you have been neglecting, or feeling like it wasn't meant for you, or you weren't meant for it. Gosh. Oh, why am I hearing that freaking Drake the part in the song where people found out that he had a child, and he's like, I wasn't hiding my child from the world. I was hiding the world from my child. Oh Lord. That's what I'm hearing. So that could be of some significance, okay? But that's basically where I was saying, where are you? I forgot what I said, okay? But you understand, because I said it right before that quote came through. So it's like, it's something that has been calling you, or you've been called to do something like that. Trick of the fool. Anyway, let's keep going. How will they be expanding over the next few months to a year, please? And we have some astrology signs here and the judgment card that I'm seeing. Okay, so we have a trine, which is the triangle in astrology, and then we have, I think that's Pluto energy. So we have Pluto trine something. I don't know, that could be important. Maybe that trans is going to be coming up in your chart. It's going to be activated in your chart over the next few months to a year, and that's something to pay close attention to. So wherever Pluto is in your chart, okay, or you may have Pluto trine something, or trine something, or something about triangle means harmony and everything working together. And it's also 3 different points in your chart that cause there to be a trine. So look up any trines, the aspects in your chart that can be activated in the next few months to a year. And people just following you. Here we have death in reverse, and Pluto is death energy. And look, once I never realized we have freaking zodiac signs on this card. And this card came out yesterday when I did the reading for group 2. But I didn't realize there was what do they call them? Hieroglyphs on them. So in this instance, we have Pluto coming through again. So Pluto represents rebirth and transformation. It represents death, your journey through the underworld, essentially, okay? And that could be considered a Saturn return, honestly. So we have a trine, but it's upside down this time. And then we have Scorpio, and then we have Pluto. So they could be saying maybe Scorpio trine Pluto or something like that is this transit. I need to, do they talk about that in the book, maybe? But then we have 7 of Wands, which is fighting for something, holding your ground, standing your ground. Even if the person you're standing your ground against is you, it's like holding firm and not wavering, being unwavering in your pursuit or in your belief that you can do something, But we have death coming through here. I did want to come out in reverse, so it's giving an awakening. Death in upright, it's like the end of something. Death in reverse is an awakening. So we have judgment, which is an awakening, and then we have death, which is an awakening coming out. Then we have 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is not knowing what to do or waffling is the word I like to use, where it's like, should I do this or should I do that? Should I do this or should I do that? You know what I mean? And look at how, like I was saying, my dog was looking out the window and he can't get out there. The window's open, he's feeling the breeze, but he's inside the house. He can't, like, just jump out the window unless he would, And it's like you've been looking outside of yourself or something, or looking outside the window, wanting to be a part of something. It's giving me 2 of Wands, where there's a specific card in the Light Seers Tarot where there's a lady with 2 batons sitting in front of this big, huge window. But at that point, she's only thinking about moving outside the window or pursuing something. She hasn't actually done it. So 2 of Wands is planning, making a decision to do something, finally, like, okay, I'm going to start planning to do that thing, but not having embarked on it yet. That would be the 3 of Wands, okay? But I'm seeing the 2 of Wands, just like he's looking out the window, feeling the breeze when he can't go outside, So it's like you have been wanting to do something but haven't been doing it, and you're going to be embarking on that journey. And the 7 of Cups upright means, do I do this or do I do that or do I do this or do I do that? You're going to finally realize, hey, I need to stop thinking and daydreaming and waffling and just do, okay? You could have a lot of different things you want to do. Sir, can you relax? Like, you don't be having to move around till I'm doing something, child. Okay. So 7 of Cups is like you have all these options laid out in front of you, but you don't know which one you want to do. So you're going to be coming to a decision to do something, or finally make a move to do something. It's going to be the one that's been calling out to you the most, the one that's been showing up in synchronicities the most. That's how you know that's the one that you're meant to go and embark on. And then we have 3 7s back to back. And tell me why. I was looking, and at the bottom of that we have 8 of Swords, which is victim mentality, which did come out in group 2 as well. So somebody could be watching on feel like I said, or feel called group 2. We have 777 here on this card. We have 777 here on this card. And we have Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords come out back to back. So there's something here. So there's something here about that coming through. Seven of Swords is an energy of, I'm hearing disillusioning yourself. Is that the proper saying? Where it's like, you know, you're supposed to do something, but someone was like pulling the wool so far over your eyes and feeling like it's yourself or society or someone saying, you telling yourself, I'm not going to be able to do that. That's not for me. That's not, nobody would want to watch me, or nobody would follow me, or nobody would buy from me. Nobody would do this. It's like you're disillusioning yourself into thinking, into complacency of saying, it's fine. I'm good where I'm at right now. You know, no, this is supposed to be a complete overhaul in your life, but the rebirth and the death card in reverse. Something's supposed to end so something new can begin. That's literally what death and rebirth means, okay? So something in your life that's going on right now, you're going to find that you're finally fed up with it and move towards something new. Now, since we're here, we have the cards. I want to know what that thing is to give you more of like an idea of what it could be. Maybe you get an investor, or you win the lottery, or you win a little lump sum of money, or there's a family member that you never knew you had that leaves you some money. I don't know. Those are the kind of vibes that sudden wealth gives me. Or you go to a casino, maybe you're being called to go to the casino or try the lottery, you know, you never know. Here we have King of Cups in reverse. What could this thing be that they're meant to follow, please? To give them more of a, like, trajectory. What is this thing they're meant to follow, please? This thing they're meant to follow. For my group threes, we have Six of Swords in reverse, and there's a lot of cards that flew up, with the one under it that's like standing out to me as a Chariot card. So it's just saying go, 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 you'll know, is what I'm hearing. Go, 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 you'll know. And me just saying that reminded me of Chaperone. Go, 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 you'll know. And is it good luck, babe, or no? Go, 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 you'll know. What songs that reminding me of from her? It's giving me a Chaperone song. And the thing about Chaperone is she's always known that she wanted to be an artist, and she's been in the game for a long time, which people are always like surprised by, because she just popped off last year. But one thing about it, she's like, I've always been here. It's like that idea in your head saying it's a Chaperone energy, Chaperone-esque idea, where it could become as big as her and win VMAs and American Music Awards and Grammys for Best New Artist and Best Song or whatever she won Grammys for. I'll be forgetting. But that Chaperone-esque idea is inside of you, and you're just like, no, it's fine. No, but I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. When you have that, the amount of success she's had is the amount of success that idea could have, but you're not going with it or following it, is the vibe that I'm getting. And I'm hearing Pink Pony Club. Even though her mom was like, what have you done and why are you dressing up in drag and da-da-da-da, because she comes from like a very conservative, traditional family. And I also think the Judgment card is like the non-traditional way of doing things, you know? It's kind of like shaking things up, revolution is what I'm hearing. So there's something that you're supposed to be doing that only you can do, and it's going to cause people to follow you. Because the Judgment card is also my following card, because in every single most of the renditions of the card is someone who is up higher up and people following behind them down here. It gives me Six of Wands energy, but on a grander scale, you know? That's the kind of energy. So you're meaning to, like, I'm hearing buck up, buttercup, and become the leader of your own life, because you're meant to like lead and have people follow behind you. And if you're not in a profession that you're doing that right now, that's what the rebirth is supposed to be in. Being the leader, yes, that's a Chariot energy. The Chariot is the commander in chief, the one who's telling everyone what to do. He's the one in the war that's like coming up with the strategy plan, the strategist, you know? And that's what you're being called to do for yourself. The King of Cups. I'm hearing let your guard down and lead. Maybe some of you need to get into skating or something. Chariot also gives me physical pursuits as well. And then look, we have the Six of Wands that I was talking about, but it's in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. And then we have Nine of Wands, not giving up, and Seven of Pentacles, planting seeds that will grow, tending to those seeds and watching them grow. Not just planting them and abandoning them, no, watering them, feeding them, fertilizing the soil, and eventually they're going to grow into something. And I'm hearing that before the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Six of Pentacles. So it has to do with someone like donating to you, or that's not sudden wealth, like I said, like an investment, or a family member saying, hey, I'm leaving you, or a loan, or something like that. Maybe that's what this has to do with. You would have to get a loan or a big amount of a lump sum of money to start what you want to start, and you're like, I don't have that right now. And they're saying it's gonna come in, but you have to tend to it. It's not something that comes in, it builds and grows on its own. No, you have to take care of it. Like you would a child is what I'm hearing. Be that leader, the mother, the father to it. The King of Cups can also sometimes represent the father as well. I'm gonna get one more card, so maybe some of you are becoming a father. That's something you've been thinking about, having kids. I just heard sperm bank, so maybe donating sperm, I don't know. In vitro. Maybe that's something you would have to do in order to have this dream, which is a child, and that means in vitro or something like that, IVF. Because I'm seeing, I guess to clarify the image, it's the scene from Jane the Virgin where Raphael ends up trying to impregnate Petra, his wife at the time, to have a baby because she wants to have a baby. Or no, steals his sperm. That's what she does. They put away sperm years ago in their marriage, before they got old or whatever. Oh no, because I think he was going through cancer treatments. Raphael, he was going through cancer treatments, and he needed to preserve the good sperm before he went through it, or something like that in the show. I'll be forgetting. It's been a few years, a while since I've finished Jane the Virgin. And so basically he puts the sperm away while they're married, okay? And she ends up taking it out and trying to impregnate herself. But in the end, who does it impregnate? Jane, which is also someone he has cosmic ties to, because they had a little flirtationship when she used to work at the hotel. So it's kind of like you are being, when one thing tries to happen, and at least I'm trying to do it right. So when you have plans to do one thing, but it turns out completely different. Because first of all, if we're looking at it from Petra's point of view, she wanted to be pregnant by Raphael, but she didn't end up getting pregnant by Raphael. I forget if she ended up having kids, period. I think she did end up having babies. But they were from the other sperm that she hid away from him. And they end up being it's a lot of confusion in that show, child. It was definitely given telenovela, okay? But yes, she thought she was gonna get pregnant that one time, but she didn't, and it ended up being Jane. And then of course, as the series goes along, she ends up with Raphael Wrath at the end of the show. So that whole thing was divine intervention, judgment, okay, coming in and saying, no, Jane. She went for a regular freaking, I forget what she went for, but it was a doctor's mix up. But it was really divine intervention that ended up getting her pregnant by him, because that's the person she was meant to be with, kind of energy. That's the vibe that's coming through here. Whether you agree with it, whether you want her to end up with Michael, I don't know. That's what's coming through here. Something big and life-changing like that. That was meant for your greater good, to get you where you're supposed to go. So you go in for a regular routine doctor appointment, and you end up getting pregnant by this man that's supposed to be your husband, that in some kind of way that you had flirtations with before, and now you were meant to be together, but there was a specific way it had to happen. They couldn't just break up with their person. Again, she was in a long-term relationship as well. She couldn't just break up with her person. She had to get pregnant by him and still try to make it work with Michael. And Michael had to die, and, for her to end up with Raphael. So a bunch of different moving parts and sabotage from family and, other worldly forces kind of energy before they finally got their happy ever after is essentially what is coming through here. So things are being done for you, not to you, is what I'm hearing. And the way Jane thought, how did this happen to me? Why would this happen to me? It ended up being for her greater good, because she ended up with the guy she was supposed to be with. That's how your story's going to play out. It's kind of the vibe that's coming through here. So I guess I said all that to say that divine intervention is at play over the next few months to a year. So some of you could be giving sperm to a sperm bank, or trying to do in vitro. And if you end up getting pregnant by somebody else during that process, there could be a reason for that. So don't think that, why would you do this to me? It's being done for you, not to you, okay? So some of y'all are going to be mothers and sick and tired of waiting for that perfect guy. It could just so happen that the guy that you end up getting pregnant by is a guy that you met before, and you were meant to meet again, and it's this serendipitous freaking crazy story you guys go on. But it wouldn't have happened if you didn't go to the sperm bank and take your destiny, your fate into your own hands, supposedly, and try to have a child by yourself, but you ended up getting a husband and a father to your child all in one go. That's the kind of energy that's at play here. Whether it makes sense or not, it will end up making sense eventually, okay? And I'm hearing that song from the I was gonna say Jonas Brothers. It's not the Jonas Brothers. It is the Naked Brothers band. Okay, two different networks. Okay, the Naked Brothers band is "And the Sun Will Find Us All Eventually." Eventually, and the sun will find us all. So let's see what else is coming through for what this thing could be. One more card. What is this thing they're meant to go for? We have Knight of Swords. This could be something that has to do with communication or reaching out to someone or going after what you want or going after that thought that keeps popping up in your head, okay? So it's going to be different for everyone, so I can't, maybe there can't be specifics because it's going to be different for everyone, okay? So whatever thought keeps popping up in your head is a thought that you need to go with. And we have the Eight of Wands, and it will take you far, is what I'm hearing, okay? Let's get some cards from the decks here in the corner. And let's get, close out this message. How will their life be expanding over the next few months to a year? Please, Spirit, for my good breeze. Oh, Jesus. Why would you do that? We have Divine Being. And I saw Divine Beginning, I swear. Because the card was in reverse. Divine Being. This not come from another group? I don't know. This card is like a very high energy card. I don't know what it is about this deck, but it always gives me light codes and aliens, and you're gonna be in contact with higher beings. That was definitely a message for some other group, so he felt called to them, like I said. But for you, it's definitely something here about taking control of your body. So maybe you're gonna be working out more, or like I said, putting yourself first. I do have a friend that I work with who is taking the month of February off from our dance company to do in vitro, just to what is it called? To save her eggs? Is that what they're called? To save her eggs at her age right now, because that her job pays for it. So she is definitely doing that and doing that whole process to save her eggs, or there's another word for it, but I can't come up with it right now. So it's finally realizing that, hey, your body's a divine being. And I was mentioning Saturn return, so that could be you realizing that you're getting older, you want to save your eggs, and you going through that process, okay? Or realizing you're not getting any younger, you're not finding your person. It's giving that whole movie. Well, was it the movie with J-Lo? It was the movie with J-Lo, where she's like, I'm done waiting for a guy. I'm done seeking, I want kids. I'm done waiting for a husband to do that. She goes, gets pregnant. I think she ends up having twins, and the person who fertilizes the egg is the guy she ends up with. So yes, I forget what that movie is called. But in finally taking her life in her own hands, things play out in a perfect way where she ends up with her babies and the person she wants to be with, So in the beginning, she was like, I'm never going to find a guy, whatever. I'm just going to go through with having a baby. And in the end of the whole experience, she ends up having the baby she wanted and the guy, And I believe they had met before as well in that movie. So there's something here about serendipity, okay? It's definitely a big thing. But it's something about treating yourself like a divine being. Or a divine being could be coming into play and helping you out over the next few months to a year. That could also be another message coming through for you guys. But I'm hearing light codes. I don't know if that has to do with anything. Maybe some of you work with light codes. But this deck always gives me the most out there of messages, okay? We have Universal Mother. So some of you could be wanting to become a mother, and that's something you're going to be doing. I wish the light was better. I swear the light should be coming through from the window. We have Afterlife. That's that rebirth energy coming through again. So it's going to the afterlife. It's putting an end. Because I do feel when you become a mother or you start a new business, and that new business could be your baby. So it doesn't have to be an actual baby, physical baby. It could be you're starting a business or starting an idea. And that idea, you birth that idea. So that's your baby, right? You're becoming a divine mother in that sort of way, following your intuition, being the empress in a way. And the empress gets whatever she wants. So that's the energy you're trying to embody right now. It's that. The life that you had before, everything you used to do, the habits and patterns you used to have before have to come to an end in order for you to welcome in or bring in this new life and experience that you want, So that's what's coming through for you guys. And it's you're having a come to Jesus moment, which is also what the Judgment card represents. Okay? Now we have Divine Gateway. So I'm hearing time jumping. Timeline jumping, where you jump from one timeline to the next, and before you know it, your life is completely changed and different, and you're not even the same person. Or when you have time to finally look back and realize, after things settle down, you realize you're not the same person. You went through a whole freaking I don't know, like character arc, you know, where you became someone totally new and you're just like, when did this happen? Like, when did I start wearing makeup or being a traveling girly or being a vlogging girly? When did I become this person? And it's because you finally let loose and did whatever you wanted to do. And that leads to transformation, changes, lessons. It's giving Saturn return for real. It may not be you're actually having a Saturn return, but that's what this energy is representing in your life, okay? That's coming through. So we have divine coming through, divine being, divine gateway. You're realizing that you're a divine being and you control your life. You're the author of your life, okay? Finally tapping into the energy of being a divine being and using it to create this divine gateway to step into the timeline that you want, that's best for you, that you love, you know, where you're being a universal mother kind of energy. There could be a reason for you that you're meant to start something, because you're meant to be a mentor or a mother to people out there who need that, you know. That's also the vibe that's coming through for you guys, okay? And I'm hearing you're going to go through many transformations before you find the final form, before you find your final form. Because there's like a divine gateway here, and we have 7 coming through again. I just realized that, the number 7. But in the card over here, we have like a face repeating. It's right here. Yes, right here. We have a face repeating multiple times, and it's giving me the snake, where the snake sheds its skin and becomes something new. Or, you know, regeneration is what I'm hearing. Regeneration. And there could be something here about starting new generations or building generational wealth, but a generation, you know, a generator. Maybe some of you are generators or manifesting generators, who knows. We have that coming through a little bit. It's like you keep becoming someone until you reach your final form that you're happy with, you know? So it's like going out of your comfort zone and doing things you never thought you would do, or things you didn't know or think would be for you, and you end up finding out that it makes you very happy. And that it was meant for you, you know? That could be what the Knight of Swords is. The Knight of Swords is a student of life, I feel like. I feel like a lot of cards in the deck are a student of life, but the Knight of Swords is one of those. Going on a bike ride, maybe learning how to ride a bike, and you never realizing that that was like the key to your freedom, or learning how to roller skate and not realizing that, hey, you meet someone or you open up a new life, or there's something in that brings you somewhere else, you know? You meet someone who can help you become an investor for you through skating or through biking. You know, there's a lot of different people through all walks of life that does certain things. And you're like, I didn't consider myself a biker. Try it out. Maybe you may find someone important. Roller skating came through the chariot card. Maybe roller skate, move your body more, exercise, go to the gym, stuff like that. Join a dance company since it came out like twice already. Go dancing. You may find your tribe, your people there, you know? And they're going to lift you up. This card, you know what this card is giving me? I know some of y'all. There has to be more people like me out there. My grandmother used to watch TBN, Trinity Broadcasting Network, and fall asleep to it. And when you would wake up late at night, they would have the scariest, most freakiest commercials on, where it was like, give your life to God or you're going to be going to hell. Like something like that. And I was like, huh? Had little me shaking in my boots. Okay, I'm waking up to get some water or go to the bathroom, and here you're talking about going to the afterlife and losing your soul and wants to give your life to Jesus. Like, huh? But essentially, there's always this one commercial I will never forget. Here's a guy being dragged down to hell, okay? Hear me out, okay? He's being dragged down to hell. And he starts like saying the Lord's Prayer, which is funny because you guys got that in your reading earlier, okay? He starts saying the Lord's Prayer. And of course we know when he's going to hell, he's going to the underworld, okay? And when he starts saying the Lord's Prayer in the commercial, he starts being lifted up to the sky, which is where we assume heaven is, right? This man is being lifted up, and the more he says the Lord's Prayer, the more he's being lifted up to the gates. And I don't know what that commercial was meant to do. It was meant to scare or spook, but that's what it did. And basically, I guess it was trying to say to, I don't know, give your life to God. I don't know. But basically, when he wasn't, so I think it was like trying to help people learn scripture, essentially, you know, because if you don't know the language of God, you're not going to be able to speak to him when the time comes when you need his help or something like that. I don't know. But the commercial always freaked me out. And as soon as the guy started saying the Lord's Prayer, he was being lifted up the way this lady's being lifted up. Okay. But that's what's coming through here. Just take that as a resonance. But I know I can't be the only one who was waking up at like 2, 3 in the morning and seeing those really freaky commercials. But that's literally what I'm getting. I don't know why, but it's coming through. So let's see the last cards for your reading. Oh, we're making good time. We have what was I? Okay, hold up. Can I get one more card? I don't like. Why does this happen every bleeping time, bro? I said one card to keep it even. They give me 2 extra cards. Like, stop playing with my face. So we have Divine Feminine. And then we have Universal Mother. Is giving the same energy, different decks, okay? I'm going to read from the Dragon Oracle for the cards that stick out to me the most. Because, yeah, they're very long prompts. And I don't want to be here forever. So we're going to see what comes through. But we have Divine Mother. I'll read from this one because it came out in Universal Mother, okay? The next card we have is Transformation, which we kept saying. Transformation, regeneration, rebirth, coming through a lot in your reading. So I guess we'll read from that as well. Okay, we're reading from all of them, I guess. The next card we have is Grace. So give yourself grace. Somebody's name here could be Grace. But yeah, give yourself grace during this period because it seems like you're going to be going through a lot, okay? And then we have the Merlin the Dragon. Merlin the Dragon. And then the next card we have is Harmony. Harmony. So somebody's name could be Harmony, okay? When I'm thinking of Harmony, I feel like there was a girl named Harmony in one of these shows. And she was like the mean girl. Harmony, Harmony, Harmony. It could be Buffy. It could be Buffy. Where there was like a mean girl named Harmony. But that was, no. The mean girl in Buffy was, I forgot her name. The Cordelia. Harmony. What shows was I watching that Harmony would be a mean girl? She had like blonde hair and it wasn't Hannah Montana. But anyway, somebody's name could be Harmony. That's what I'm just trying to say. It's a name, okay? So let's see what's coming through for you guys. I'm going to read from Merlin the Dragon because I know that's important. I'm going to read from Transformation and then Divine Feminine. So let's get into it. The first one we have is Divine Feminine, and where would she be? Divine Feminine is 135. So feel free to leave after this part. I mean, because we're going to be here for a minute. But if you want to hear what they have to say, then listen to the dragons. The dragons have loads of wisdom. So it's time to stop playing small and claim your place within the circle of light. Divine Feminine is the smallest dragon I have yet encountered. And my throat keeps like, I have to keep clearing my throat. That could be something about speaking up, you know? Divine Feminine is the smallest dragon I have yet encountered. She appeared near the time of summer solstice, and her counterpart is Herne. Oh, who symbolizes the divine masculine, that he came through in group 2. She is here to connect you to your divine female energy. She told me you possess everything you need for your existence on earth. All you need to do is accept and understand it. When we begin to realize that we no longer have to look outside of ourselves for answers and approval or feel the need for possessions, wow, and I was talking about that earlier, we can begin honoring ourselves as spiritual human beings. We are exactly who we need to be. So maybe you guys are worried about possessions too much, money and things, material things. That did come through in the beginning of your reading. I was talking about myself, but the Four of Pentacles, like holding on tightly to something and buying too many things or caring too much about wealth and possessions, I'm hearing earthly possessions. Excuse me. When we begin to realize that we no longer have to look outside of ourselves for answers and approval or feel the need for possessions, we can begin honoring ourselves as spiritual human beings. We are exactly who we need to be and where we need to be at any moment. Divine Feminine brings a sense of acceptance when we find ourselves at crossroads and assures us we have infinite resources to see us through. Often she appears around the solstices or equinoxes, or at times we are coming to a completion of a cycle of death. She guides us to our faith and stays true to ourselves. She guides us to keep our faith and stay true to ourselves. following our inner guidance during transitional times. Although Divine Feminine is the smallest of all the dragons, she carries an immense power, and this is her message to you. It matters not how small you feel on the inside. In truth, you are more powerful than you could ever begin to imagine. The power is deep within you, and that you intuitively know what is required of you. It's time to stop playing small and claim your place within the circle of light so that you shine. Others are drawn to you, like the sunrise on summer solstice this morning. So own it. It is yours. Own it without fear or ego, but with acceptance and grace. And didn't grace come through here for y'all? I bet. Stop playing. Anyway, she allows us for the first time to acknowledge and touch a feeling of personal power, for she encourages deep trust in the divine, which is that, like I said, they may be coming in and playing wonky or playing Tetris or playing whatever with your life, or playing, what is it called? Candy Crush, okay? But it's all for a purpose. So just follow it. Follow the niggle, or follow the push, or follow whatever's happening that seems out of your world. Or if you get pregnant by someone using in vitro, you weren't planning to do that. Just follow that it's meant to lead you somewhere bigger than yourself, okay? Yeah, for she encourages deep trust in the divine, which settles itself comfortably in our being, okay? Now let's read the next one, which is transformation. Let's see what they have to say. I'm excited for Merlin, so that could have an important message for you guys. I just love Merlin, honestly. Okay, transformation would be 52. And this is the Earth Walk dragon, so the dragons that walk on Earth. And Harmony is a part of that dragon, and so is Grace. So a new you is emerging, transformation. Let it all go. Fear, pain, doubt, anger, sorrow, and guilt. Transformation tells us you no longer need these experiences. They are in the past. They have completed their task and have no place in your future. By holding on to them, you only keep yourself trapped in old patterns that are no longer of use or necessary to you. A new you is emerging. Maybe a quieter, more considered you, but certainly a more powerful you. Having lived through a great many things, now is the time for you to put that experience to good use. Follow your inner guidance and let your old habits and worries slip away. There will always be those who question what you do, but that is their journey. You are on yours. Follow the steps laid out before you, trusting your own inner light as you move toward a fresh way of being you. This transformation can be on any level and can affect any and every part of your life. Enjoy it and look out for signs, and in particular symbols, dragons love symbols, as you are guided by the dragon of transformation to take your next steps. Boom. And then I flipped over to Father Time, so something can be happening in a timely manner, okay? It's a lot to get through, as you can see in these cards, okay? And the next one I want to read from is Merlin the Dragon, so let's get to him. Merlin the Dragon is a Grandmaster Dragon in Kdrama. He's 104. It says, you can be sure you are in great company if you have a Grandmaster walking beside you. And these are the Grandmaster Dragons. So Merlin, his little quote is, continue your journey discovering what you need to learn, understand, and own. So Merlin the Dragon, to give him his full name, is an incredibly large and sage old dragon whose message is one of teaching and learning. If he has found his way into your reading today, his message is this: not all things are as they seem. Some are images being reflected back to you in order for you to understand discernment and learn the lessons of self-trust. Only once you have done this will you discover how to stand in your own power and own who you truly are. The Grandmaster Dragons are able to shapeshift between their dragon and human or angelic form. In whichever guise he adopts, Merlin is the teacher of the teachers. So heed his wise counsel. You aren't able to teach others until you fully understand the lessons yourself. Who bars? Once you have mastered these, you are in a position of clarity and ownership and can share your wisdom and integrity with integrity and power. Until then, hold your tongue and continue your journey discovering what you need to learn. Understand and own. Only then will you be in the place of authority to share your knowledge with others. If you notice that owls keep crossing your path, know that Merlin is around and willing to share his infinite wisdom with you and show you what you need to learn. He will stretch you and often answer questions with another question, encouraging you to seek the answer from within. He is not an easy grandmaster to work with, but he will guide you well. Get out of here. What you mean you're not easy to work with, huh? Please. Okay, since we're already here, let's read from the other dragons I feel called to. So Grace is 88. You are more than you can possibly imagine. Ooh, how beautiful. This dragon flies into our lives when we have been or are struggling with self-worth, self-respect, and self-love issues, or when we have been neglecting ourselves. It's time to look at ourselves and discover who we truly are. We are magnificent beings who need to find ways to let go of our self-imposed limitations and self-limiting beliefs. Grace's words are simple. Stop it now. Okay, dang. You are more than you can possibly imagine. You can achieve so much more than you foresee. Believe in yourself. Push the boundaries of your self-imposed limits. If you don't try, you will never know how successful you can be. And if you perceive that you have failed, remember there is no such thing as failure, only an experience to learn from. Try again. Dragons have an issue with the word love because we continually misuse it. Ooh. So they have opted instead for grace, which they tell me is more encompassing, and authentic. Grace is deep acceptance of all that is within and without us. It means the end of struggle through embracing the whole of us as we truly are. Okay, I wouldn't have wanted to miss out on that. And now let's read Harmony. Okay, where's she at? Harmony is 49. 48, 49. Her little quote, like I'm reading this quote and then it comes up in the passage as well. So if you hear me repeating words, that's why. Tomorrow is a new dawn, and being in our heart center ripples out with positive effect. Harmony is the first shy dragon I met. She's so cute. She was peeking out at me from behind a huge curtain when she first appeared to me. She's a quiet and considered being, and is a lot less brash than some of the other dragons I have encountered. I asked her about her qualities, and then she replied, I am the bringer of harmony, restorative on an interpersonal level and an outer global level. If you are wrestling with a problem that you are unable to solve, ask her to bring her beautiful, harmonious influences to the situation and guide you in any steps you may need to take. If she's appeared to you today, she asks, what area of your life needs reviewing? What do you need to let go of? Is it judgments or old habits? What is it in your life that needs reharmonizing? I will assist you in taking those first steps, supporting you as you go. Take some time to sit and contemplate your life as it is, and look honestly at what may require changing. It may be something quite small, just a little tweak, or it could be a life-changing event. She goes on to say, the answers you seek all lie within you. So sit quietly, ground yourself, and be present and reflect. Your inner knowing under my guidance will help bring the answers to the surface for you. She reminds us, tomorrow is a new dawn, and being in our heart center ripples out with positive effect. She will often appear when there has been discord or upset. This can be personal on a global scale. She is the harbinger of change, and her role is to bring harmony to the world. That is all your dragons, honestly. And I do feel like they kind of reiterate what was coming through in the reading. I'm hearing, do not disillusion yourself with the Seven of Swords. Do not let anybody disillusion you either, okay? Stop looking at yourself as one way when you're this powerful being, okay? It's time for you to become someone new, someone unrecognizable from who you are right now, okay? And that is possible, and that is your birthright. That is what you're meant to do, okay? And I just realized that in death, we have a lady breastfeeding. So this could be definitely something you're meant to do, become a mother, literally. And not wait for no man or something, or to be in love to have kids or something like that, you know? You can do it by yourself. The death card also gives me Hecate energy, so that could be something coming through for some of you. Okay? I'm also hearing Athena. There's a song called Athena. by Grayson Chance. He's like, where is Athena? God damn it, I need her. Dun, 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 dun. I need someone to something. I need some love now. Where is Athena? God damn it, I need her. Something would be worth something, I know. I'm not better on my own. Something. Or something about I need some love now. That song by Grayson Chance is coming through Athena. So Athena's coming through. We have Hecate coming through. That could be something, or goddesses or deities you're meant to work with during this transformation, okay? As well as these dragons, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna leave your reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. Love to have you. And it's funny how I saw 1111 in your reading. We have 11 here, and then 777 came through in your cards. So if you're seeing those, that could be wherever you see them, or whoever says them to you, or whoever you're around, or whatever you're thinking when you see them, could be of great importance. Just another message coming through. But yeah, I'm sorry. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me as my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye.